Good evening. Thursday night, ready for some Dungeons and Dragons? Because I was like, what are we doing today? I was like, I remember. There's a bunch of druids sleeping on the floor. So we'll have to deal with whatever they've turned up for. After a nice little excursion to Draka. You guys went deep into the forest, fought some kind of celestial beast that formed itself out of stone, then decided to steal Andriel and fly off into the sunset with her captured, surviving that encounter, going back to your home in Redvant, staying at the pub, and then taking a little excursion off the Draka for a day, which I'm sure means Andriel is completely fine. But we got to meet the Dragonborn and the kobolds. Got to meet Zaga's parents, the full family in tow, and shared some information with them about dragon presence on the main island. There being increased dragon presence, and kind of trying to corral them to do something. Finding a ally in a bronze dragonborn named Izari. Izaga and Faywin shared with the Council of Dragonborn as well as with the Council of Kobolds these dragons were here. They need to go and find one, and it seems like that would be a plan. Izaga was gifted a cloak with a symbol of this. I was going to call him a cult. It's not. Is it cult? It's a group military operation out of Draka, and asked you to spread rumours on the mainland that the cult of dragons were coming, as they were going to plan to try and mess with the dwarves, mess with some of the transport and trade routes around the Diamond Mountains, as well as start to make a presence on the main island to look for, to continue looking for presence of dragons, and asked you guys to pass on information as well. Then came back to Allhearth, to Redvant. Fucking hell, come back to Redvant, to the pub to find on the floor the party of earthen druids led by Grom, who had arrived during your day away. You went to bed, had a long rest, and we awake back with you guys early the next morning. You can hear as you all wake up that the druids have already started to already awake and already started to move. Whoever is up first, you would already be able to hear there's a scuffle and a shuffle as the druids are awake, packing up their things and preparing for their day. So, over to you guys as you wake up a fresh Draka, cold Draka as well, a distant memory, nice and warm in your snuggy beds. You can hear downstairs the shuffle of essentially druids packing up their overnight equipment.
Well, I'm hoping to get more use out of it today than I did yesterday, and do another Heroes Feast this morning.
Heroes Feast, and then we're going to go to a circus. That's the plan now. Nice. Cool. So you get the bits together. Are you coming downstairs to prepare?
Yes.
Nice. We'll say, unless anyone else wants to get up with, Von, you are up. Again, thinking that your plan for the day is to get out and get back into the forest, preparing that Heroes Feast to give you all boons before we leave. We'll go through what they are so you can make sure you remember them, and I can remember them as well. But we'll say, as you
everyone
come down
gets 15 extra max hit points for 24 hours as well.
Weesh. How many people can have it?
Up to 12 people.
Oh, great. Sweet. So some of the druids can take it as well.
Can I have it twice?
It won't double up, but you can eat.
How many temp hit points did you say, sorry?
15, but they're not temp. They're they're modifier to your max.
Yeah, see, I still have the modification from last time.
Was that the 15?
Makes me think.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we did it at
11.
the end of last session.
Oh no,
I
I've done it.
11 from
This
last
is another Heroes Feast.
another one.
It lasts
Does it
24
add?
hours. No, it lasts 24 hours, so this
It's
replaces
15
the other one.
instead of 11. Yeah.
You're gonna run out of money at this rate.
It's fine. I've got a few days of this left, so it's fine. Hopefully.
Don't run out of money. It's good little spot. I mean, I hope you do run out of money because it's a good thing to prepare for a day. Nice. So yeah, Von, you come down, start preparing the hero's feast. You can see that as the rest of the druids are there, are packing away. You can see with them are a consortium of earthen druids. Bo is up speaking with. As you know, I would say when you come down and start preparing, you can't see Grom or Bo or Len. But you can see the others are packing away and essentially taking their stuff back out to carts and stuff as they're trying to clear away. By the time you come down in the morning, there's pretty much no presence of them being here other than them moving backwards and forwards throughout the pub.
They run away.
I'm not running away.
Maybe. No, I'm going to say that to her.
Oh, okay.
Say that when I get
Sorry.
down for breakfast.
So yeah, you prepare it. Everyone coming down for a feast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Good choice.
So yeah, the other effects are immunity to poison, immunity to being frightened, and I think the poison is both types of poison, the damage and the condition.
If you're immune, yeah. Resistance, I think, doesn't do it, but immunity means you just cannot be poisoned, right?
Yes, yeah, so it's a condition and the poison
Yeah.
damage as well.
I think it's only on immunity that it has that impact. It's the others that doesn't. That don't. The resistance won't let
Yeah, because I think they changed the wording for the 2024 one to give you the resistance to damage and immunity to the condition. But
Yeah. Boo! Where's my fun? Nice.
Something about advantage on wisdom saving throws?
Not for you.
yes, there is advantage on wisdom saving throws.
You didn't come down and eat the food. You didn't get it. Nice. So as you're all having breakfast, you can see the druids are moving backwards and forwards. And about 5-10 minutes into the meal, coming up from downstairs, you hear the loud footsteps of a larger creature, a Goliath, some might assume, as Grom and Bo appear. As Bo's like, you're all here. Breakfast, and says to Grom, and Grom kind of looks to you, Von Van, and the rest of you, and says, wait, I've got my Grom voice. Thank you very much for your hospitality. We arrived, and Bo had said it should be okay for us to stay, but you were not here before we took leave for the evening, so we have packed away this morning, but I thank you. We will leave you some money for the night stay. This meal.
Hearing this, I say, I kind of question the rest of the group. What is the going rate? Anyone know? Anyone stayed in an inn before?
Anyone stayed in an inn before?
We've stayed in inns before.
Been kicked
Yeah,
out
I
of
know,
inns
but
before.
I just give money. I don't know how much it costs. I assume there's not change.
Are you trying to charge Grom for staying in the inn?
He's offered.
It does sound like that, yes.
Oh,
He's
No.
a polite young gentleman or old gentleman or
Lord.
yeah. He's a polite gentleman.
With the hero feast laid out, and as a hero feast would be laid out with the spell, it is like a huge banquet that would take up the full table. Are you offering the hero's feast out, Von?
Yes. I mean, is there enough for all of them, or
Think
is there?
so. So there is Grom, Bo, Len, and then 3 other druids.
That makes 11.
Yep. So that's fine.
So
We're gonna find some random homeless person off the street and
Sure.
let them have a meal as well.
We'll make another druid. Yeah.
no, put it in Tupperware. We'll take it for Andrea when we go and rescue her in a moment.
Only lasts for an hour. It will disappear in a Tupperware. Nice. So you sit down to Grom thanks you, and the druids sit down. And Grom waits for them to tucks in last as they share a breakfast with you all. Would you like to have your discussions or any questions or bits over breakfast, or are you planning on waiting for things after? What is your
Zaga will happily say, "So what are you all doing here?"
Cool. We received message from Bo as to your progress. You were our envoys into the forest, and we heard that you were making some progress, but also things in Allhearth have stepped up. There is a need for us to move. Each of the individual druid sects are starting to move down to take action here on this death bloom, this movement, this whatever this thing turns out to be. So we are here to, one, touch base with yourself and for you to inform me of what's going on so we can make good plans as a druid sect, but also for us to start making our way into the forest. Each of the individual areas have got a plan that we are enacting, and to maintain peace with those in the Commonwealth, we have decided to take action.
Did you hear about Bonbon putting on the cursed hat?
Faven suppresses a smile.
He goes, yes. You see Bo just kind of like open his eyes as he stares back at you as like a Grom answers, yeah.
What you say? There's changes in Allhearth. We'll come back to the hat as I cut eyes at Faven Bonban.
Mm-hmm.
You said there's changes in Allhearth. What's happening?
The Commonwealth councils, those that look after the people of the city have been a little more on edge. There is a kind of looks towards Bo, looks to you all, and you can see that he's not necessarily calculating what to say, but is maybe picking words carefully. There have been some movements, some action in Allhearth that has led to the Council of the Commonwealth becoming a little more prickly. Their forces are mobilizing to protect the city from intruders, from the Death Bloom, from whatever may come their way. There is talk of some close allies over in the Iron Hills that have stopped trading with Allhearth. There are rumors abound that the Commonwealth itself is losing its grip on what is happening, and I think they are acting with a show of force. There has been signs inside the walls that maybe people aren't as safe as they would like to be. So, yes, it looks like the martial law is kind of in effect, and they will be locking down the city as far as we can tell. We have tried where we can to help alleviate, but do not have the best relationship. There is rumors that some of our own with working maybe is being seen as in secret with the Arcane Institute, and that potentially there are secrets that have been held back. The Commonwealth have reacted quite strongly to these. And that is another reason why us, as a conglomerate of Druids, has decided to take action to show that we are on the side of these people.
So what you're saying is General Dumbass has been an asshat again?
I believe the General
Funny
is
how
indeed,
they,
yes.
funny how they decide to get involved once it affects them personally, and they don't not when it's just affecting everyone else, isn't it?
If only they'd listen to my objections.
Can you imagine if Bon and the rest of the people here in Redvant were quite so reactionary?
I understand your frustrations. We are, like I said, trying to make a move to show that things can be, I suppose, brought under control, that we can understand what is happening. Blame is being placed to anyone that pokes their head up, and I believe us as a Druid Order has taken a lot of this blame for this Death Bloom, the fact that we have had Druids in the forest working with or working on, and we maybe did not act as soon as we should have. We should take some of the blame for, but yes, they are protecting their people. They have brought where they can, the refugees from the borderlands inside the city, but that has led to more problems inside the city. Allhearth is yes, interesting.
We have a plan, I think.
This is good.
We need to go kill one of your druids.
Anyone in particular, Zaga?
Andriel's boyfriend.
Andriel's boyfriend.
I just shrug.
Yeah. You are.
Have Grum is Bo in the room?
Mm-hmm.
I won't talk about him then. I'll talk to him.
Wow.
Bo, have you updated Grum and the others on what we told you, well, what I came and spoke to you about last night. Andriel's findings, Bryn's map, all of that.
Yeah, Bo kind of like nods and Grum will say yes. Bo and I have spent a lot of time this morning and yesterday evening running through the updates that you have provided, running through the current situation, what is happening in the forest. So we are here to work with you to find out where we can support, to update you on what the plans are of the other druids and to see how together we can bring this to a close as soon as possible.
And how different is the information that we shared from Andriel's diary to what Bryn told you about all of those months ago?
Bryn's reports were of changes and a initial death bloom. There was nothing of detail in Bryn's reports that would lead to any of this. Otherwise, we would have acted much sooner.
Insight, please.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 22.
22. I think he believes that there wasn't a huge amount there, and that I think he believes they were correct to act the way they acted. Whether there was,
is he trying to convince himself of that, do you think?
Maybe a little bit, seeing what's going on and seeing that was brought to his attention, they've obviously had to go through and look at it and say, well, why did they not move quicker? But again, a lot of Bryn's early reports would have been finding this thing that they had no idea that this what he was bringing up comparatively, and again that would corroborate with what you've done. You went and spoke to everyone you spoke to about death blooms and mutated plants and what happens with them. In nothing that you looked at, and no one had ever suggested that it would have ever been at a scale that you've been seeing. So it's kind of like, well, hindsight, brilliant. Yeah, it's way worse than we thought it was. But if it was what we originally thought it was, he was kind of overreacting. A lot of his reports were just about taking action to stop this thing because it's going to be really bad with no proof. So I think there's a part of like, fact says there was nothing really there. We could have acted, but we didn't. And a part of him saying, oof, if we had acted, maybe we would have caught this earlier.
Okay, thank you.
Zaga will pipe up again. Mm-hmm. I thought we heard that the fire druids had killed the death bloom.
They did claim that they had killed the death bloom, but we had reports from yourselves that you had seen the death bloom again, and this was not the case.
Are they going to kill it again?
Oh, the fire druids are keen to do so.
Where are they approaching from?
They've gone back to the northwest corner. Yes. So they will continue the burn from the northwest corner.
There is people alive along that west side by the river.
They've been through enough with the death bloom. They don't need to be burnt alive.
Well, this is why we are here, to make sure we can put an end to this. Our plan was to ascertain information from direct entry into the forest to find out what the death bloom was and try and put an end to it. But unfortunately, with what has happened in the Commonwealth, we are being forced to act. This is why I'm here.
Couldn't you have forced the fire druids sect to stay in Allhurst? Because they obviously thought they killed it before and they lied almost about killing it, and now they've just been sent to cause more destruction and probably say they killed it again, and they won't. He's not fire, is he? He's earth.
He's earth, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. He's like, how fucking dare you? We all need to make our plans and have our action. We are all trying to prove ourselves. There is not much we can do to hold people back. Each of the druid sects have their own individual plans. The fire druids will continue their controlled burns from the north. The tides, the water druids, will patrol the river. They are concentrating on keeping the spread to the east of the river. It doesn't look like we've had any signs west, and from your reports it doesn't seem like you've seen too much movement along the river coast, so the druids will patrol there to ensure that we try and ensure the spread stays within the eastern border, or the eastern side of the river. Air druids will continue to look out for whatever we point them in the direction of. They are looking for huge areas of dead land or growth or visual signs of this death bloom, or movements, large movements of animals or people that we can stop the fire druids maybe making their way towards. And then there's the Evan sect.
Out of interest, what reports have the air druids given? Have they found many areas?
Thus far, we have not. They have been patrolling mainly the areas on the fringes of the forest. The original scope for the air druids was to stop the spread north. The reason that the refugees were evacuated from those towns was to stop and catch the spread across the borderlands. Although, from your reports and from what we've seen, there is no spread over ground. The fear seems to be the spread underground. So the air druids have reported thus far no spread of the death bloom creeping north of the forest, which is good news. It means the people in the houses, the settlements, and that land seems protected. But we will now have them work further south where we can. If there is areas we want them to work on, we can point them in that direction and try and find out information.
It might be best to direct them more towards the far eastern side.
Mm-hmm.
South of where we are now.
Yeah. We can go through and come up with these plans. The reason we are here is, again, to add extra force to that. As a Earthen sect, we have yourselves out as the scout party, but we will be making moves ourselves with the fear of the Neverlight Grove and the Underdark being used as a form of transportation for the Death Bloom, that we will be taking our investigation underground. So we are here, yes, to keep and get in touch with yourselves, but myself and these druids here, these are the best we have with bloody hell, what's the word I'm looking for? With the mic-coded network. Those are druids who specialize in the fungal kind. We will make our way down into the forest once we have set our plans, and we will try and catch and patrol from the Underdark. Hopefully,
we've also had dealings with the Mycones, so if you do need our help on that at all, we can.
We're friendly with them.
Yeah, you can see a few of the druids kind of take note of that. There.
But you have to be polite.
Yep. He looks at you like, okay. So, that was our plan, was to come down and touch base with yourselves. If you are happy to continue working, this is what we are here now to do. Action is required from the druids, and we must be moving, and we have our people across the border. We have brought some supplies to help to maintain communication, and where possible we can share information to help eradicate this threat as soon as possible. That is to then take this back to the people of, well, the entire country really, but the Commonwealth Council, to prove that the threat is no longer and the city can be reopened.
Grum, my understanding is that you met with a few old friends on the way down here. Did they have any information to help on your...
How do you name
the
it?
quest? Bo said that it was taking a couple of days because he was stopping off at places on the way down.
Okay. So what was your question?
Did he, from the places that he rested up and camped, or whoever he was with, did you find anything else out about that would help us on the mission that we might not have known?
You asked the question. You can see he kind of looks down and to the left where Bo's sitting, and then turns back to you and says, the people that we met were friends of the Druids. We were just informing of the situation on the way down. They have no link to our investigation. It was more for us to see the land as we passed through it, rather than just hearing reports. We are Druids after all, and sometimes feeling the impact is better than hearing what is going on. So
that makes sense. You don't have to say any more, Grom, because I think Feyre might have been psychic there, so...
So, instead of the Underdark, why don't you just come kill Bryn with us?
We don't know 100% we need to kill Bryn.
yeah,
We're gonna kill Bryn.
So
We need to save Andriel, not necessarily just kill Bryn.
Killing Bryn will save
We also
It's
need
an
to
abusive
talk about-
relationship.
We need to talk about Von Van and the Hat as well, because I did sidetrack from that, but it probably is important that you have a word with him about it, Grum.
I will
Saga?
telepathically say to Faywin, have you ever heard of anything called a bus when you can possibly throw someone underneath?
It's a very
No.
large whale animal.
Well, I imagine that Von Van's giving Fabian a look, and as I see him giving her a look, I just think, well, because it might give them more information.
Did you want something harder?
How are we going to find Bryn?
I thought you were going to scry on Undriel.
I mean, I was planning on, but that won't
There
tell
we
us where
go.
they are. And I may not have woken up this morning remembering to know how to scry. We'll soon find out.
Wasn't that big celestial bird thing flying to that other place down south that Undriel tried to go to before?
Well, we know what direction they went, but we don't know where they ended up. Well, maybe we will do when I scry. If I can scry. Why didn't you scry, Zaga?
Oh, everybody loves when I scry.
He's not scrying. Fabian nudges Ottar.
I can scry.
To be clear, I can also scry. I should probably be more serious because this is quite a serious situation.
Well, we may need that used for someone else, Arthur. If Otter scries an Undriel, then maybe someone else that you can scry on.
I mean, I would prefer to save my magical powers so I can build so I can create a temple, but if needs must.
Cool. With this, so we'll say that this conversation happens as you are eating food, finishing the hero's feast. Bo and Grom will make their way back downstairs to look at the map and plot out a plan. There's a chance for you guys to, then if there are asks or wants or things you would like any of the Druids to do, but through the kind of pinpoint, through the like command lead of Grom, this will be the chance to go down and go through with them. This will be a chance to like test that interest NPC tracker conversation game thing. So a way of you guys getting if there's help or areas you want information on that the Druids can provide, you know that they are bordering the different areas, you know that the air Druids are in the air and can pinpoint and find information out, that there's the chance for you to go through and kind of ask Grom and ask of the plan and put together what your plan is, so they can go, right, if you're going to do this, we're going to do that, and this is how we can help you. Which is why I think it's good to stop before we ask any more questions. You can also ask other questions within there, but the whole thing will be about the more you align to the mission that Grom is seeing, the way that he sees the mission playing out, or the way that he would like things to work, the more he's going to help, the more you detract from, or maybe jibe with the way that the Druids would like things to happen, the less of the chance of it happening it is. So we can take that as an information dump. Done. Grom and Bo are going to go for, okay, we're going to go through the map and see what's going on. They're going to plan their entry into the Underdark. But yeah, if there's other areas you want to go through, I think we switch to that, which will let you essentially make arguments towards the Druids for certain things, or your plan, explaining your plan, and based on that they will then offer you a level of help that will be based on how good your rolls are, how good your arguments are, yada yada. So I think it's a good point to finish the hero's feast, because as you guys like peel off into your plan, I don't think that's necessarily good for Grom to hear either, the backwards and forwards of the mighty fighters and how they don't know what they're doing. So I think they peel off, leaving you guys for yourselves. So I would say, up to you. Just discuss what you want to do. If there's information, there's things that you think, this would be helpful, we'd want the Druids to give us this, this, and this, or we want them to be providing us this, this, and this, or we want you to come with us, this, this, and this, then we'll do that once you guys have decided what your plan is, I suppose, for the day or for attacking this problem. The Druids are here now. You have, from the north, you have the Fire Druids. From the west, you have the Water Druids patrolling. Earthen are then going to go underneath, and the air will be able to provide support wherever they be in place. But at the moment, they are not. They're not. They won't be able to patrol the whole of the border forest, so they would need to be pinpointed, so you can kind of tell them where to go, get information. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's best if you make your plans whilst they kind of depart, talking about scrying and what you're going to do, whatever, so you can come back with a clear plan. What I don't want you to do is accidentally put your foot in it by saying something when they're like, uh-oh, I don't want to hear that. So we can say, Druids disappear, Druids go downstairs, leaving you guys to finish up at the table. They start talking about their plan, their entryway into the Underdark, what they're going to do. And then, yeah, you guys discuss what you want to do. I suppose now this will also be your plan for the rest of the session. But then you can take that downstairs to trade, I suppose, for information or mechanics that we can use to help you.
That's the hard part.
Us and planning.
Yeah. That's what you're going to do. Like you're saying, you were just talking about scrying and who's going to scry and what the plan of order is. I think that's better for you guys to talk between yourselves about, and then you can go to them and say, we're going to go, but, and they can go, cool, we're going to do this, and then once the timeline works out, we can help you here. Where do you want us to point this? Where do you want us to point that? How do you want us to help with this? Or do you have more questions that you need to ask? So what is your plan?
Okay.
What is your plan for the day? What was your plan in terms of scrying and going back into the forest, or not going into the forest, flying to Barbados? I don't know what it was.
There's a Barbados in this.
There's
story.
no Barbados in this land. Not until Hatter brings a character in. But he's
There is a Grimsby, though.
There is a Grimsby.
Yeah, it's called Redvant.
No, there is a Grimsby.
Oh, is there actually?
Yeah. It was funny when I was asking
Named
for loads of
after,
names.
based on the great
Fishing town.
the great places of old Albion.
So for scrying then, we obviously were talking about scrying. So Undriel is a given. We would like to scry on Undriel. In terms of the second scry, Von Van, we were speaking about. Can I say it's out of character rather than trying to RP? Okay, so I think before we were saying about
to break to go. Right,
Yeah,
what do you want to do? Yeah.
we were saying about Vex to tick her off or cut off that thread to look for her as well. Because then if it is that she's just in a fucking hotel somewhere, nothing to do with it anymore, fine. If she's in the middle of the forest or tied up or something,
Or
that's right, isn't it?
in the circle.
Or in the circle within Allhearth, or in the circle somewhere else, or with other people that we don't know where they are, or with people with tentacles coming out their face. It's just probably good to have a look at her. So they were the only two, really, weren't it, that we wanted to.
For scrying, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of getting back into the forest, it's whether we go back to where we just came from. And if we do that, we could possibly take Gromonat with us so they could see those ruins about the serpent stuff, and then head
We'll
north.
have to protect them, though. The forest is a dangerous beast. Or there is a dangerous beast in the forest, depending on how you want to word it.
I mean, they're going into there either way, whether it's with us or without us.
Yeah, but if we don't go with them, then they can look after themselves. Whereas if we do go with them, then we have to actively protect. Actually, no. What am I saying? They should come with us, and then we can fight with them and help
They
them.
might have healing, and they might help with your healing. So
I mean,
needed.
I wasn't saying they come with us the whole way. I was saying they come with us where we get there with a tree stride or the transport fire plants. They head north to Whitewood because there's the entrance to the Underdark there. So they got their entrance in there from where we are. We head south, tracking or trying to track the way Undriel went. Or, well, we go separately and we go straight to near Stoneholm.
Ooh,
Head from there.
and if they go to the entrance to the Underdark, maybe they can meet up with the gnolls and get those horses. Was it the gnolls? Did we leave the horses
What
with the
gnolls?
gnolls?
No,
No,
Hobgoblins.
the hobgoblins.
With the hobgoblins.
And
Sorry. Yeah.
Very far.
A
north.
horse
They'll,
soup.
they'll have been eaten by now.
Definitely.
Yeah,
by
a
now.
horse soup for sure.
You might not. They might have like given them names and they've got pretty bows in their tails and stuff.
They've been
I mean, I can ask them. But
Yeah.
I know they're eaten.
What was
Did
the
you eat the
second
horses?
Oh,
What was the second option?
Can I
Harold?
scry the horses?
I'll kill you.
the?
What was the
Do you remember
second
any of the
option?
horses' names? If you
When
can't
you-
remember a name, you can't scry on them. Second option was going to near Stoneholm and then heading from there, which gives us a bit of a advantage in heading south if we have to head further south.
Uh-huh. And then where would they go from there? They'd still go up
But they
to
wouldn't come with us
Whitewood.
from there, because
Got it.
if the dragon is about,
Hmm.
we don't
Yeah.
want to alert them to the dragon, right?
Yeah, true.
But you
So-
also probably don't want to be like,
Possibly go
hey,
round.
we'll keep your secret, and then you turn up 2 days later with 5 extra people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, God forbid that you might have some way of knowing what we've done in between the whole Draka situation, but we'll ignore that for now.
Yeah. I'd like to avoid any stumbling across the dragon again, to be honest.
Which is why this is why I said about directing the air druids more towards the east to try and avoid them being over that sort of area. We want to keep the fire druids away from Amberstead
Yeah, fucking extinguish them, annoying little rats.
and Ileana as well.
Yeah. Hab, could you put the cursor where Eliana's place was, please, on the map?
Yeah, she was over here in Dunborough.
Okay, cool. And they're sort of northwest, right? So they're
Yeah, so the fire druids started up here. So the red is your route that you guys have taken thus far. The green is Andrea's route, so she would have come down, come into and that's where she's been. But yeah, you've got a few hexes before you get to Dunborough.
I might send, unless there's any objections, I might have Faven send a message to Eliana to warn her of the fire druids on their way, because I don't want them to set fire to her if they do go that way.
Who would ever set fire to an ally? And I gave Sagra a dirty look.
Okay, Faye with a dirty look.
I was going to say, if Faven a fireball from them.
And Saga fireballed me.
Yeah. 2 peas in a pod. Yeah, I might do that. Because I could ask if there's been any change around that area in case she knows of something to give me back.
So we do ultimately want to head towards. I mean, Andrea was on the outskirts of Silverford,
Mm-hmm.
so that's where we want to head towards, right?
Yeah.
Agreed. Should we scry first or should we scry when we get there?
I think Scry first.
I suppose it'll give
Yeah.
us an indication of which direction to head in.
Yeah,
do we
she's
have...
in a terrace in Allhurst, then maybe.
Well, I don't know what a terrace in Allhurst looks like from the inside. Not
let's
yet,
not.
anyway.
So for Vex and Andrea, then who's doing which?
I would think it's probably
Who-
better if Ottar does Undriel, because he didn't really meet Vex properly, whereas Arta has met Vex.
Do we have... Don't we have, like, Undriel's scarf or something silly? I vaguely remember we had something of Undriel's. Her book.
You got the book. Yeah.
Her diary.
We have an item for both, because
do it.
technically the ring that's got Jeff in it was Vex's ring, because it was
But
given...
isn't it Feywin's ring now?
I was going to say, after I attuned to it, would that not have become my ring rather than her ring? Because it was Jeff's ring when he died, so it wasn't her ring to begin with. And if Elias killed Jeff, the ring was never Vex's, really.
Oh, maybe it's Elias's ring because, you know, it's like you claim it via combat, a trial of combat.
But it's Jeff's, because it says in the description, if the owner dies while wearing the ring, their soul goes into the ring. so the ring would be Jeff's.
Yeah, I think the fact that you could
And now
trace
it
it
would
through
be
like
Faywin's.
4 people in the last however many months, maybe a year, means it's not as good an owned object as you might think it would be.
No, it's the closest. It's the closest thing
It's the
we've got,
closest thing
though,
you've got,
unfortunately,
but
for
yeah,
vets.
you've got.
Yeah, we'll see whether it does anything.
Hmm.
Unless someone can draw a likeness.
Well,
We
you can
never
just
actually
remember
saw her
when
face.
She went into your brain and heard it.
Did we ever actually
Summon
see her
that memory.
face? She always had the hood up.
She had
No,
the
we
hood
would
up.
have
I
seen
think
her
you would have seen her
face.
face. Yeah, it was only Zarka who had his face covered because he was a mindflayer.
Okay.
Until he
Faven
wasn't.
would have definitely hugged Vex multiple times, so we would have
You
definitely seen
definitely did. You weren't in your hugging mood by that point.
You weren't, yeah. In fact, I think
And
this
you
might-
were
might
worried
kick
about
her
the
off.
psychic
It
damage
was
she was doing
before
to
the
everyone
world
else.
went to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still time. I'll just have a look through my thing in case I've got anything of hers.
Mhm.
Because what was the ring on? The ring was on the necklace, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was like your brother's necklace.
Yeah.
So have you still got that necklace?
yeah. I look like fucking Mr. T. I've got so many necklaces on.
With dead,
They've probably
dead
all
people's
gone green.
necklaces.
My skin's green around them from mold. Yeah, I still have the necklace
a
that she
hug.
gave me.
So that might be a better
Yeah.
item to use instead.
Well, I don't mind taking Jeff off, putting him on the necklace, and then giving that to Arta to use for scrying. But I would like Jeff back, please.
Based on what you said about him, I don't want him.
Yeah, he's- I will need to then reattune to him before we leave, though. Just an hour in it.
Mhm.
So maybe we scry, then go and update the details while I reattune.
Yeah, it's still
and then...
Yeah,
fairly early. in
we
the
can
morning,
decide
I
our
think.
point of entry and whether we take them with us.
Mhm.
And but how do we propose getting the other druids to avoid where we want them to avoid?
Deceive them. Have Zaga deceive them.
I was going to say, you're not going to do a very good job.
No, I'm not. I think not tell them not to go somewhere, but tell them to focus somewhere else. And if we base that
I
on
guess
real life, like on things that have actually happened, then the role might be easier.
So yeah,
well,
so what you know,
we
just to jump
haven't
in as well-
travelled to the east yet, have we? So
You haven't.
we
So
can use
you've-
that as the reasoning for the air druids to go over the east because we haven't been to the east at all
Yeah.
yet.
Air druids will only see stuff from above. So where you send them, that's you got to think about what they're going to see from above. If the earth and the rest of the grub and the guys are going to go underground, they're going to be in the Myconian network. They're going to be in the Underdark. So where they're not going to necessarily quick push down. And also you got to remember, traveling a hex at a time is like a day at a time. You guys have been tree striding about, but like for them to make their way through in a manner where they're checking and doing things, every square they move is going to be a day. So this isn't going to be a quick thing for them. That's why they've got they're trying to get 3 sides covered, kind of start from the northwest, start from probably near, unless you're going to say elsewhere, start from near Redvant from the Irvin guys, and the river, and they're just going to slowly make their way in trying to check for things. Airs are got the best chance of getting somewhere to spy in somewhere, but it's going to be 1 hex at a time.
Yeah.
For speed. So yeah, it's not like if you set them off, they're gonna track in like a day. They're gonna travel halfway across the wood. Only you guys have the ability to do that.
Does that mean I'm a more powerful druid than Grom?
Well, I wouldn't want to get ahead of yourself. It all depends. It doesn't. They wouldn't have enough. Even like you do, you can do it once, right? What's the benefit in tree striding once? Also, he hasn't been deep into the forest to know trees enough.
Yeah.
So getting back, they could probably use it to get back if they're going to do work and start from the next hex if they wanted to. But for what they're trying to do, which is all of them observe and look for signs of what they should be looking out for. Again, maybe a little bit directed from you guys. That it makes no sense for them to pinball around the map randomly. But they want to do a sweep. It's like a blanket sweep as they want to get down and go through and just try and make sure that they're cutting off any exit angles for this thing spreading off. They still are trying to mainly contain and stop the spread.
Okay.
So they probably could do some stuff. That's what I mean. If there's areas they definitely can help on, and again, part of like what you want from them in terms of aid will all play into what their abilities are. But yeah, for most of the druids, you would be way more powerful than like Bo. Definitely, he's just a gimp. Most of the ones that are with Grom, you'd be more powerful than.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, is there anything you can think of that we'd want from them?
Do they have the ability to scry?
Don't.
Is it like Undriel?
I think we were right with the scrying for Vex, and you know Andriel, right? So you could.
Yeah, I can do Undriel.
I mean, I guess the only
If
thing
they can get an initial pinpoint on it, would help.
well, I mean, I guess the only thing we could possibly ask them in terms of that, if he was going to, is maybe Bryn,
Hmm.
because they'll know Bryn, whereas none of us do.
Yeah.
Mm,
Do you have to let the person see you
no.
when they scry? No. I was going to say if they do it to Andriel, she won't let them in. Bryn almost certainly won't.
Yeah, scrying, depending on how well you know them, is one half of it. But all that does is set the DC for the person rolling. So yeah, if you're familiar with the person, it's -5 to the save.
Was
Which
Bryn
seems wrong.
Undriel the same sect as Grop?
Ooh, yes. Yeah, he's lost 2 of his druids. This is definitely there is definitely a part, and you would know because you were not part of this. If 2 druids from the same sect have been caught doing something or have like made this much of a faux pas, there is definitely some egg on Grom's face. I would say Grom is probably the only head of that is probably in the forest or is planning to be in the forest as a sign of like, oops, egg on my face. I better fix this a little bit. I don't think like the heads of the other set are out there. Actually, they will be heading up, and won't be in Allhearth for sure. Will they be traipsing through the forest? Probably not. So yeah, I think Grom is now starting to take his movements are taking ownership for some of this.
Anything else you can think of to what we'd need from them?
Would they have anything for poison?
You can't get poisoned anyway.
Solving. Oh, because the hero's feast.
Yeah, you can't be
Oh, sick.
poisoned. And you can't take any poison damage either.
Maybe we just warn them to then. Oh no, they've had it as well. Nice. Maybe they could warn the other druids to be prepared for poison damage if they are going to be moving around.
I think they would have. I think anything you've shared, although you haven't done a lot of, I will say, a lot of delving into what you have come across thus far to understand what you are fighting. But you've definitely been poisoned enough for Bo to be like, poison resistance is a thing. But then they're against the plants, they probably would have been like, poison resistance is a thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of other things to watch out for, I don't think you've done a huge amount of like delving into what you are actually up against. Cool. You want to start with scrying?
Yeah.
Who's scrying on first?
Should we try Vex? Because we're least likely to get something from her.
Yeah, and remember that Undriel can automatically, if you can choose to, what is it?
I don't know if you know.
On a failed save, the spell creates an invisible sense within 10 feet of the target. A creature, where is it? There's one that says they can choose to fail it.
Yeah, if they know the spell is being cast.
Oh, if you know you're casting it.
Yeah.
Ah, shit, okay. Right, we'll try Vex. So I would reckon that I know Vex firsthand. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah.
I heard you the necklace with Jeff on it.
And I've got the necklace with Jeff on it. Is that a possessional garment?
the necklace would be a. Don't know.
If not, can I imagine a likeness, or can we just draw a quick stick
Does
person?
the likeness? Is the
It's
likeness
likeness
in
or
place
picture.
of? Positional.
As -2 save
No, I would say,
modifier, and
but
then
I
there's
would
a
say it's a
-4.
possession or garment.
Okay, so that's -4 save modifier,
Yeah, so
and
it's -9 overall. That's weird. It's minus. 'cause it's like-
no, 4 overall. Because I don't think I'm familiar with Vex. I wouldn't say. I'd say I've met
Yeah.
her, but I don't. I don't.
Yeah,
think I'm
you don't
familiar.
actually know that much about. Yeah, good point.
And second question before we do this, because this might change the plan. My hammer's worth more than 1,000 gold pieces, right?
Yeah.
This is a focus worth at least 1,000 gold
yeah.
pieces, and I would argue that's a holy weapon.
Yes. Yeah. Sentimental value.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
So, wisdom save, please,
Wisdom saving throw.
and then take 4 away from it.
That is a 16.
That fails.
Nice.
So, I have an invisible sensor within 10 feet of them, and I can see and hear through the sensor as if I was there. It moves the target remaining within 10 feet for the duration, and it lasts 10 minutes.
Let me just. What is really interesting with the fact that you roll for this? So it's modified by having no target. The target knows you cast the spell can choose to fail. But what it doesn't say is how the target should react. Target
Well, if they can see invisible
spell creatures-
objects, then they see the sensor.
can see and hear through the sensor. But you've. Yeah, hang on. Sensor moves on target when it's happening to the creature. Yeah, it's an interesting one. We'll do it without, but I would. If you've had to roll a saving throw, would indicate that you know someone's trying to do a spell to you, so you would be aware of what's going on. But that would make the spell useless because then you
Could it not be similar to mind reading, where you only know if you fail,
Yeah, true.
If you
if
pass.
you pass even?
Pass,
Yeah.
yeah, it could be. I suppose it just seems weird.
Because it kind of is mind reading. It's just vision reading.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, that was a bit of a tangent. It just confused me. I was like, but if you've got a save, you wouldn't then go be like, oh, why am I awake? Nice. It is early in the morning, so you get a 10-foot view. Vex is asleep in a small room. You can see on the. She is sleeping like a corpse, but you can see that she's breathing, so you know she's not she's not dead. Lay down by her side as she lays there, you can see in the bed she's like not under a cover, she's fully clothed, asleep, slow, deep breathing, and her hand is resting on a blade. The room itself is probably the bed makes up like 60% of the room. The rest of the room looks very small. There is like the walls are coming in like it's almost like she's in like a barn or like the roof of a building or an attic. It's like a very small peaked room. The room itself could only be about 10 foot by 10 foot, so you're getting the whole view of this room. There's a door at the bottom end of the bed and a very small table to the side.
Is there a window?
Yes, there is a very small round window.
Okay. As I can sense, you can see and hear through the sensors if you were there, so within 10 foot of the target. Can I look out the window and see if I can see anything?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
That is a 15.
15. You can see. Fuck, what can you see? You can see some other taller buildings around. You can see that this is. You can see the sky because it's daytime. Oh, it's daytime. She's just asleep.
Yeah, it's daytime. So she's still asleep in daytime.
She's asleep in daytime. Yeah.
She's having a lie-in.
Yeah. She's asleep in the daytime. she's asleep. You can see that there are taller buildings. 15. Some taller buildings around. You notice the sloped roofs. You can see that they're multi-story. That actually definitely is in a roof of a building, like the top of a set of like small apartment blocks or a larger building that's there. You notice and you recognize from the peaks of the roofs, this is very similar to an area you have been in Allhearth. An area called the Scholar's Crown. It's where you went when you went to the Wanky Wine Bar.
We don't remember that.
I remember that.
Oh. Yeah, you don't remember that. But you remember the peak. It's not it. It looks like the structural buildings of that area. Again, when you went to like chase the boy wizard, it looks like that environment. Tall buildings. It's a city. It's daylight. You can see other buildings through the window. You can see this thing. But she's definitely in a tall building, seemingly like an attic room of something. But as she sleeps there, she's in what seems like a deep sleep or a meditative state, and is almost ready, clutching that blade as she sleeps. Anything else?
I'm obviously going to relay this to the rest of the group. I don't know if I assume I don't have to wait until the end of the spell, 10 minutes.
No. You can pretty much just be like, I see this and I see this, because it doesn't go back through. So you can be explaining as you're going if anyone wants to chip in and help point out things or get you to look for things.
Okay. Well,
Was she wearing?
clothes, thankfully.
We said fully clothed, but is she wearing the same kind of stuff as before, or?
She is in.
I don't know, is she?
No, she is in what looks like light, dark, like dyed black leather armor. She looks like she's ready to fight, where before she always had robes and like hoods and stuff on. Here she looks like she is in, fighting attire, laying, sleeping.
Any obvious injuries, or?
Yeah. What you can see, she looks pretty peaceful as she sleeps, for what you can see.
Any other questions, anyone?
Oh, I wish we could speak to her.
Can I hear anything? It says I can hear.
And
And does that 10 foot just mean can it sense through doors and stuff? Like,
no, I think it's like visually what you can see. So you
Okay,
can
that's
see
what I
everything
thought.
in
I
the
just
room.
wanted to
And
check.
the 10 foot is like this room. It's actually a bit cramped. You'll be like, oh, you're a bit like in the top corner of a very small
Okay.
room. You can see everything that's there.
yeah, can I hear anything other than the snoring?
No, there was no snoring. No, the building itself seems very quiet. And you are high enough up that you would get like a bit of gargle from the city, enough for you to know that, to piece together the rest of it, to be like, oh yeah, this is a busy place. Ergo, this must be Allhearth, right? But no, you can't hear anything coming from outside the room, downstairs. The room as she sleeps there is very peaceful.
Okay. Well, at least we know where she is for now.
She's alive.
Is there
That's
like any other like items that are loose in the area, like on the counter or anything like that?
I also have a question. Does it almost look like it's a small window? Are there like bars on it? Does the door look like it's like a big, thick, solid, possible prison cell?
Give me an investigation for the fall.
Rip. Oh, that's not too bad actually. That's 14.
14. Door looks fine. Door looks normal. No barricades from this side, but then you would barricade from the other side if it was a prison door. But no
sign of
signs that it looks like a
key.
reinforced door. Yeah. There is a key. There's a key hole below the door.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing that looks like it. It looks like a standard wooden door. It looks kind of small, which makes sense again because it's an attic room. Window is decent size. You probably maybe you would struggle to squeeze through, but a more slender figure would be able to open that window and probably climb out. Although why would you want to climb out onto a roof? I don't know, but you probably could open that circle window and climb out. The 15, or with a 15, I would say on the desk that is.
It was a
on this,
14
table,
for the investigation,
14.
sorry.
Okay, sorry, 14.
Yeah, I
You
get
can see that there is 2 things that stand out. Actually, looks like quite a clean, tidy desk. One is a folded letter, which has been wax sealed closed, and one is a picture. And it's like a sketch drawing of 2 2 elves in like it gives off a bit of the like army parade photo, if that makes sense, like a what's the word called? It's not called a walking out ceremony, you know, when they send them all off, like a graduation sort of thing. These 2 elves stood side by side in full you won't be able to see in enough detail, in full levers with swords sheathed as if they're in like dress wear to go out, as if it's some kind of graduation or some kind of walking out, some kind of like army presidential thing. But 2 elves stood side by side, 1 male, 1 female.
Does one of them have black hair?
They both have black hair.
Or is that just because it was done in ink and there's no such thing as gold ink?
Yeah. It's
or maybe there is
a
gold
charcoal
ink.
drawing.
Faywin, is there gold ink?
Faven would 100% have gold ink at
There's
home.
definitely gold ink, yeah. But
It's
this is like a charcoal drawing of these 2 elves stood side by side, almost like stood to attention.
Okay, very odd.
Does one of the elves look like Vex?
Difficult. One of them's definitely female. It's like a A5 size picture that stood on a desk in quite a dark room. You know, there's sun coming in. It's quite dark.
Wait, they have standardized A-sized paper in this world.
There's civilization.
Shout out to the US, who use different paper sizes, and it's odd.
Bastard. Yeah, so you can see there's that picture that's like on the far corner, in a bit of the shadow of like where the window is, and then sat in the middle of the desk where you would sit, a letter that has been like folded over, third and third, wax sealed shut, and it's just sat there.
I'm guessing it's upside down because you can see the seal, so you can't see if it's got Bryn Kiss on it or anything.
Yeah, it's not. You can see that it's got the wax seal stamp on it, but yeah, it doesn't say. You can't see that it says Brinkus on it.
Would Arta be able to see if the seal? Because you know sometimes people have a special
Not
seal.
with a 14.
Can't tell. No. Okay.
You can't get that. You're looking at a room, looking at what's there.
Yeah.
To get up close and touch it and see the seal and see if there's any writing on the top or if it's addressed to anyone, you'd need a much higher roll, or you'd need to be in the room to pick it up and go and see it.
No worries.
Cool.
Okay.
Anything else?
Anything
else? We're almost at the 10 minutes.
I can't think of anything else.
Can you all give me, all that are listening to this, give me history or insight? History is kind of history or insight checks. We'll say not Otter, because I don't think you know Vex.
I got 21 for insight.
Only a 15, so
21.
for history.
As you're going through and trying to piece together and look at the information that's there, there's something that like smacks you in the face a little. You don't ever remember Vex wielding a sword. Ever. In fact, when you fought before she flew, she was way more of a spellcaster than a
Someone with a
wielder.
sword.
Yeah, a sword wielder. And like the flip from you don't, whether it was just the area they were in or the business they were doing. She never was really wearing armors and stuff either. So there's definitely something about her attire and her armaments that are different. You're not sure why or what that might be, but to have a sword and to be in like leathers is different.
Okay.
But I think it's just like odd. But you've got no way of.
Maybe she's just multicast.
Maybe.
Maybe she's had to become a fighter. Maybe she's lost her magic.
Cool.
Yeah, I've not got any more. I mean, I have got a million questions, but not ones that Arta could see in a room through Scry.
Yep. Sweet. So your
Thank you, Arta.
finishes. Arta, as you come back to the room.
You're going to be so mad when you find out that that wasn't real.
I think, genuinely, I think IRL I would cry.
Oh,
So I really hope
played
that
a
that was
mean
all true.
trick.
It was real. It was real.
Otherwise, Arta's gonna.
Please, could I have Jeff back?
Oh yeah, I kind of take off the. Was I holding the necklace? Why was it a necklace?
Yeah.
But no, I'd pass it back to her.
Cool. Scrying again.
Yeah.
I will say, you attempt to scry, and there is no attempt to try and block it. Not because someone is letting you do it, but because as you enable the scry, you can see a body that looks barely conscious. So as you cast you get the bits ready. You're expecting a kind of mental struggle. You are thinking about Andrea and holding her picture, her likeness, like what you know about who she is in your mind to try and create the clearest view possible. And it's almost like you get there too quickly. It's a bit sickening as you find yourself in another smaller room. This one made of stone. This one very cold. This one very dark, but lit slightly by some like coloured glass in different ways. There's a few reds and greens that kind of like shine through into the room. But the room itself is maybe 10 foot across, maybe 20 foot deep. Stone floor, stone wall, stone structure, but the inside is completely covered in vines. They look to be deep greens, maybe purples in coloration. They don't look to be too thorny, and they have created what best would be described as like a hammock or a nest inside this room. The body looks like the reason I say like hammock, it almost looks like it's floating or it's resting on something, but the vines cover up the vast amount of your view, and the vines are covering up this body and cradling this body as Undreal is cut, scratched, still showing the wounds of the fight that was happened a few days ago, but is laying kind of in fetal position on one side, and you can just make out that she's breathing.
Is she in Jenny's basement?
No. With the light coming in, can I see the windows themselves?
Yeah, you can see there
Would
are
I
a
think
few.
it was like a stained glass window of a
Yeah.
church or something like that?
Yeah, but like smaller. Really, like the room is very dark, and that light that's coming in, it's like this room. This room doesn't want to be lit. There's some in here, and it looks like decoration, like stained glass. They're in like thin, long strips that sit at the very tops of the walls that almost look like pictograms and stories. But the rest of the wall is just stone. It looks like this stone structure is not supposed to have a lot of light in it, you'd get, but they are there, giving just a little bit. That's what we get for CBY, so you can ask questions and roll stuff and do what you want for me.
Do I see or hear anything moving other than the vines?
Moving. Nothing inside this room is moving. Hearing outside, you can hear very little of. You don't actually. You hear like very little. So you assume that this is, whilst this is a stone, well-made, quite like well. The masonry is quite good on this. This is a proper stone building. You don't hear any adverse to Arta. You don't hear any hubble. You don't hear. This doesn't sound like it's in a hustling, bustling city. It sounds like it's a very quiet, almost like derelictly quiet, deserted, quiet area. You can. It's so quiet. You can like hear the soft breath of Undriel still breathing. That's why you know she's awake. It's that quiet. You can hear just her taking shallow breaths in and out.
And the building doesn't seem ruined. It seems fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seems very good. Bar all the vines that are in here, looks in very good condition.
So she said in the letter before about the last camp was roots, just the roots. Are there any other types of plants or is it just vines? Like, are there any flowers or anything on the vines that are there? Just trying to think of where the pollen would come from.
Give me a perception or investigation burn. Otter, sorry.
Investigation.
Yeah.
$12.
There's no flora in here whatsoever. It is just thorns. I say with the 12, you see some of the vines that you thought maybe at first to be slightly thorny, but others were not. On like closer inspection, look more like twig blights, but just not moving twig blights. They look to be the same size as the things that came out and held onto her, and then as she got ripped away, they got ripped and destroyed. It's like the where you looked before, it was like the vine was clean, and all of a sudden there was a few like spikes coming off it. But as you look, you can see where these creatures are there, and there's probably, you can make out 3 or 4 points where almost, if they were to be twig blights, they are like cats curled up, one like behind her legs, one like behind her back, one like in front of her chest. Just these bundles of twig that are just kind of curled up around her, but they're not moving at all.
And she doesn't look restrained or anything. Just she's in this handcuff.
You would assume she's in some kind of unconscious state. The fact that she didn't even try to fight a scribe, that she probably didn't have the ability to do so. She looks as messed up as when she left the fight, if not maybe a bit more.
Anybody else?
Does the building, the kind of derelict building, or indeed structure, does it the architecture resemble anything we've seen thus far? Just so we can try and get an inkling of its local area. I'm building churches. I'm into the architecture now.
Yeah.
Weatherman Arta's gone. It's now Architect Arta.
Give me a religion check as you try to like visualize what Otter is describing.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh. No. You don't think you see
+4.
That was such a good question as well.
I know.
Damn dice.
It's like very, the way he's describing, the building. It's and it's the hearing, the place it sounds like it's in is derelict. The building itself, like I say, looks in very good condition on the inside. A bar just being covered in vines, and this body that's kind of like suspended in this hammock that's kind of floating or resting 3 or 4 foot off the ground.
You said that with the sound, there's no, so there'd be like no bird song, no animals, no rustling. It's just her breathing. Okay, it's going to be the last camp then.
Well, near there anyway.
Yeah.
So, sort of possible.
Yeah, the sound of the sound of it being so quiet as well is partly due to this is a stone building, so it's kind of like pretty well insulated itself. So it's peaceful within inside, but then also it's not the same as like you're in a stone building, but there's people outside walking around. You would still be able to hear that. You hear nothing, but also this is a well-made building. This is not a hut. This is a stone structure.
Are there any markings at all I can see?
There's loads of markings. The sides of the shape of this is like a rectangle. So as you're looking at it, it's like almost like imagine like a 4-poster bed turned into a room. It's that kind of shaped room. Andrea hanging in the middle, but where you can see through where the vines are hanging and broken and like actually they're grown within. I would say there's the back 2 windows, the furthest 2 points. You can see where the glass has been smashed slightly, and that's where the thickest of the vines have come in and started to grow from within here. That there isn't just growth happening from within the inside; it has kind of forced its way in. But you can see that those pictures and those pictograms that go around there are depicting. Now you look at them again, could be serpent-like creatures, could be snakes, like very crudely done, very badly drawn. But if you were to like squint your eyes at like the colored glass, you could maybe see how it could be a snake. But then on the sides, each of the sides, you can see where there are plaques here. You can see that there is writing in a language that, whilst you can't read it now, you have seen and read it before, mixes of Sylvan in there, mixes of snake folk in there as well, on these side like plaques. And as you kind of get round and see all these these drawings, it reminds you very much of the first crypt you went into. And as you kind of piece and look around, you're like, oh, this feels a little bit mausoleum-y. Like there are words and plaques on either side in stone with carvings. There are the pillars that are up the sides have very similar bands of drawings and pictures as to the pillars you saw in the sacred site. The glass could be serpents. You're like, ooh, it gives you the feel of a burial chamber or a mausoleum just from seeing what is there around you.
With the letters, is it normal alphabet where he could spell out what he could see and then I could know what it is, or is it weird characters?
It would be like trying to draw Chinese symbols. It'd be very difficult to piece them all out. In 10 minutes you could try and take down some, but how useful it would be.
Andrew spoke of a crypt being in Silverford. That's what they were looking, what was noted down looking for.
Yeah. And is that where we think her last camp was?
Her last camp definitely was just outside of Silverford. That's where she was heading. Well, at least that's what she said. Where she said she was heading.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like that's the best place to start.
Okay. Has anyone else got questions before? No? Okay. So we're gonna head there, and then Van, do you want to remind the group that the Druids aren't going to come exactly there with us, but you're going to send them off to Whitewood?
Well, we need to work out where our entry is first.
Mm-hmm.
So either we go alone to near Stoneholm, let them make their own way in, or we go slightly further north to those ruins we've just been to, they can head north from there to Whitewood, and we head southeast towards Silverwood.
I think if our aim is to save Andriel, then we need to go the shortest route to get there.
How? Because this is it a day's travel between Stoneholm and where we were?
Yeah. So if you were to land where you landed before and send the Druids north, it would take them a day to get there. It would take you then a day, and you can cut, but it's still going to be 1 day, 2 day across. If you go to Stoneholm, it would be the second day. You'd have 1 day of travel. It'll be on the second day you arrive, so you'd have 1 night that you'd have to spend out in the woods, and you'd arrive on the second day. If you were to come from Whitewood, depending, 1, 2, 3, 4 days to get there. Or if
No, we
come
don't have
from
4 days.
3,
Well,
yeah, 1, 2,
Would be 3 days.
3 days.
From
It'd be an extra
where
day.
we were.
Yeah, if you went to the point in the middle, yeah.
From what I saw, she doesn't look like she has 3 days.
I mean, does she have 2 days? Like,
Who knows? But it's
More likely to have
better
2 than
if,
3. Even if we don't save her, we might get something. See, I want to save her, but
okay, so what do we say to them then?
Well, we give them the option. They come with us to.
We can't take them to Stoneholm.
yeah, we don't want them there.
You
Just in case the dragon is there,
Yeah.
is in the area, we don't want to take people towards the dragon.
You
Especially after promising her that we would not alert anyone to her presence.
You know that there is. You stumbled across 2 entrances to the Underdark, but you know that there was one possibly around here, day or so travel from Redvant, which is the first time you bumped into Myconids.
Oh,
Where you
yeah,
bumped
yeah.
into him the first time was up probably around this hex. And if you bumped into Myconids, they definitely would have. The first place you found diamond mushrooms, they would have an entrance down. And the Grom is with their experts on the Underdark, so they will know.
So
They will
probably
be
have
able to
knowledge
get
of the
down.
other entrances anyway.
Yeah. Your only issue with them being in the Underdark is they're going to enter the Underdark up here, so they'll be working their way down from here. So again, the further south they enter, the more into the mix they are. The further north they enter, the more time they spend doing their own thing. But, like you say, for your days are more precious than their days. I wouldn't waste time on Grom's account. But they will be able to leave Redvant and get in there. But like I say, everything they do, it will be a day at a time. They will move a hex at a time. They can do a thing based on what knowledge they have, and then what you guys want shared with them, or whether you want to point them in certain directions to do certain things.
Okay. So we go Stoneholm, let them make their own way in.
Yes.
Is there anything we're telling them to do while they're there?
Be quick.
Should we
Be quick
see
to
if
what,
they
though?
can see if they can scry into Bryn? Whether it's possible or not, I don't know, but I guess no harm in asking.
Yeah, we could
Um,
ask if they can.
Direct the air druids to fly to the east, so
Mm-hmm.
because it's the area we haven't covered. Yeah. And ideally tell the fire druids to piss off, but we can't do that, so
Yeah. And then the water druids. Do we want to?
just go in the coast. They're gonna.
They're doing.
They're
the
trying
rips
to stop
north,
the
yeah.
spread to the west,
Yeah.
which
They'll be
I
I'm-
am definitely all for, seeing as that is
I hope it
where I'm
floats.
from.
No, it floats. Would we have given them the information about all like the mist sitting on top of the river and things like that? If not, could we?
Yeah.
It probably would have come up in conversation. I would hope.
When you've said we've debriefed bow and everything. I'm assuming that's where he's building.
Okay, cool.
His little like murder board will have all this information of the different things you've bumped into in the different ways you have, and the entryway points in different places. So essentially, what is on here is what he is showing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What are we asking them to actually? What are they going to be looking for? Are they going to be heading down the same way from the Underdark, or just floating around looking for Deathbloom things? Are we going to tell them where we're going?
I mean, I don't know how that would affect them in the Underdark, because they're going to be many days behind us no matter what.
Yeah, it's whether you want them to look out for anything. They have plans. It's whether you want them to look out for anything. Their main
It's not that we
point
have
of
to
call
tell them
will be-
exactly what to do.
They don't need to
In
be
the
told
Underdark.
exactly what to do. No.
No.
It's just
They're
whether
not
it's
children.
like, oh, by the way, when we were there, look for this, or we found this out, look for this. What essentially will happen is there'll be a communication that runs around, which is like daily. Each of the groups will pass information, and then assuming
Okay.
you'll get it as well.
I may mention about the body that we found the letter on. I don't know how much you mentioned about that before, but clearly there are some people operating in the Underdark as well that you may need to keep an eye out for.
Cool. Yeah, if there's not much you want from them, we don't need to go to them to ask for it. If you just their plan will be to search from their individual routes and likely just share information on a day. It might be that at a later point you're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if actually they did this for us instead, and then we can come back and revisit it then.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't
Is
need to go
there
to it. It was
any-
only if there was things you wanted, but there's no need. They have their plan. Earth Druids are going to go into the Underdark and look for signs of Deathbloom and Deathbloom moving and traveling. Their feeling is, and kind of what you posed, the way you made your way down and in, was that the Deathbloom is likely to move via the Underdark than it is via the Overground, because there's no Overground movement. That's they're going to be looking out for. Air Druids are looking for anything unusual, big hotspots of like dead plant activity, or big hotspots of like movements of animals or people moving around, whatever it is. They'll be looking for that. Again, if you're pointing them and saying, watch out, there's people that live in Amberstead, they can go and make sure they're well away from the fire druids so they don't get burnt. And then the water.
Yes, we warned
Druids are just
the air druids about near Eden as well, and what has happened with
Yeah,
the elves, and they will
they
have
know that, yeah.
they will have people up in the air probably as well. So
Yeah,
keep
so
an eye out on that.
that'll be interesting. Eden, I think the air druids will come down and scout certain areas. They might find certain bits. They won't go over the Elven City of Eden
Okay, cool.
for fear of like everything that's happened already.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd want to fly close to find out what's going on. Not knowing what the state of them is, although someone should probably find out what the state of them is, but I don't think, flying druids over the top is going to be a good idea.
No.
Sweet. Happy with that? Yep.
Yeah. When Von Van tells Grum the plan and stuff, could I be reattuning to Jeff
Yep.
and doing a sending spell, please?
Yes, you can. So, in terms of sharing, is there anything additional you want to share with... there's one thing Grom will want to speak to you about, Von. But is there anything you would additionally want to share with him other than just saying it's the plan? Because I can just say it's the plan. I heard it, so technically we can shorthand that if we need to. We can see if it comes up. See
if it comes up.
As
yeah.
you go through and start talking to him about the plan, there is definitely something that he will want to bring up with you. And then we can see if you riff from there. I don't know if there's anything you want to bring. So we can say as you Bo and Grom are down in front of the big murder board, which is the big map of the border forest, kind of plotting out what's there. You're like, yeah, watch out. We know there's people here, so don't burn that. Also, don't be surprised if you see people. Air Druid, watch for this. We know about Eden. And you kind of you're reiterating and resharing everything you know. Grom's kind of taking it in. As a few things are like laid out and your initial plans are kind of pushed, would you then share that you guys are going to tree stride into Stoneholm, and then because that's where you've been before, or near Stoneholm, and then you'll make your way You're going to
Yeah,
make your way to Silverford, right? So
Yeah,
so
I'll
both
explain
can-
what
okay.
we saw with the vines and
Yep.
Unreal
Okay.
and the depictions of the serpents again.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, as you're going through and sharing all that, which is good, and then talk about the serpents, what's going on. You said you're going to stay home. Bo then goes to Grom's like, great, you saw that. Bo then essentially starts dotting out what the plans are, where people are, where they're moving to, what they're doing, and that will be his war map that he keeps up to date from like control center. As Grom kind of in the same room, but just pulls you to one side, and says, Von Van, I didn't want to bring up in front of everybody upstairs. I do not know your relationship with them more in depth, but there is one thing we do need to discuss. That is the disappearance of your master, Tycho. He has not been seen since the days you and I had a conversation outside the Druid hut, the days the Commonwealth came knocking on the door, and unfortunately the days before all of this started to happen.
Yes.
I have been unable to contact Tycho in this time, and I fear his knowledge would be incredibly useful at this time with the powers we are seeing, with these beings that are appearing with strange magical uses that are maybe outside our normal purview. I need to ask you, and I need you to be honest with me. Have you been in contact with Tycho? Has he made contact with you? Because we maybe need him now more than ever.
I, a couple of days ago, tried to contact him for the exact same reason. I explained in what I could do that we were working on things from here. His knowledge had been very important, and can he make his way to Redvant? And I did get a reply from him. It's not the reply any of us would have wanted. He has... Well, I mean, I guess it was one of his ultimate goals, but he seems to be currently on another plane of existence.
I thought you were going to say he was dead. You really built up for.
No,
like,
he's
you know, being
he's
dead.
still alive, but I have
Which plane?
no way of getting to him. I don't know if he has any way of getting back. He sounded like he needed help getting back, but with everything that's going on, it's not something I can be actively looking for right now.
He was he was always talking about making the move. It turns out fear got him there in the end. I need you, if you do contact him or he contacts you, to let him know that contacting me or allowing contact with me is safe, because he is rejecting any chance we had. We have used umpteen sendings in a bottle to try and get hold of him with no response, and if he is alive, that means he is choosing to not respond. So if you are in contact,
do you have any more bottles on you now?
we have a few bottles, but we are using them to contact between ourselves and the Druids. We may be able to spare a bottle, but without these, we again need to keep our powers for what we might find in the forest, rather than, I'm sure you are aware of, balancing what is required in a day.
Yes. No, I'm well aware.
But he has not been in contact with anyone. We have used multiple sources to try and get hold of him and have conversations, but he will not entertain the idea. So good to hear that you have made contact. But yes, if we can just find out what he knows, where he is, or I have no idea how we can get him back, but we need to do what we can. But if you can let him know and then let me know that he knows contacting me is safe, I can try again. And maybe he will speak this time.
Yes, of course. If I can contact him again, yes, I will inform him.
He is an interesting character, as you know, and he is not necessarily respected as he should have been amongst the rest of the Druid folk, but I feel his skills and knowledge in his time about these entities that are moving, these samples that maybe have gone missing, we need his knowledge, Von Van. I think whatever he was doing with the Arcane Institute, whether you were helping or not helping or knew about, I do not wish to know, but whatever was being passed backwards and forwards between the two of them really got the Commonwealth singing in some way. Something has happened, and his name was brought up. I understand why he has fled, but we need, if he knows anything, we need his information.
Do you know of anyone in particular within the Commonwealth that's been requesting or seemed very interested in it, or was it just in general?
We had the guards turn up. We're trying to requisition information about this missing sample, whatever this missing sample was. I was not privy to the sample, so I was able to give a truthful expose to the Commonwealth, but not had I known what maybe I was potentially hiding, maybe I would have taken a different course of action.
And I can only apologize for my part in keeping this secret. Obviously, I told Bo once down here some information, but you can understand why I was keeping it hidden before.
Yes.
Naively didn't
None of us were
really
aware.
think about the link at all at that point. It wasn't until we got back down here that it really hit me that it may well all be linked together.
Yes. None of us were aware of the extent at which the warnings we were being given maybe should have been taken, but we cannot dwell on that. We must move forward. You are doing great work to move us and our knowledge forward and to help us close this out. I just hope that, yes, if we can get back in contact with Tycho, if we can find a way of bringing him back, or at least harnessing his knowledge whilst he enjoys another plane, I think we should try and do so. Other than that, the plan sounds great. So yeah, he then explains to you that they'll be heading down with his Myconid experts to go and find out what the movements are in the Underdark. See, probably check back in. They'll head towards Whitewood ultimately to try and pick up the pathway that you guys came down via the Borderlands through as an exit point up to a northern kind of route that runs north out of the forest and towards civilization. They will try and pick up that route, and that's what their plan is. So he lets you know that they'll make their way in. He has the information for where you found the Myconids before, and they'll try and make their way in, keep you up to date. But yeah, he has some sending bottles.
Because they are going into there as well, I'm going to hand something over and hope that we don't need it. I got the token from the Myconids.
Yep.
I'll hand it over to them and say this may come in useful for you while you're under there. The leader of the Myconids gave it to us and said if we're ever in trouble down there, then you can use this token to get some aid. So,
Cool.
and obviously it's a sign that you know us as well. That
he takes it. He's like, this is very good. This will help us. The Myconid are, well, as you know, they're a conglomerate. They are one people across a network, and if we can get through the first hurdle of proving that we are not there to hurt but there to help, this hopefully will give us access to move freely. We can move quickly, and I think the token was like essentially gives them almost like helpers to move, so they'll be able to move much quicker through the underground network with that than they will without. So yeah, super useful. That was all he had to talk to you about.
Okay.
He didn't even tell him off. Could we just
Why didn't tell him off?
be because he put on the hat?
He isn't wearing the hat now. Grom is not like a telling off sort of guy.
Why?
He's not. I don't fucking.
Because he could tell that I had learnt my lesson. I don't need to be told.
Grom, they're all.
I'm going to
all
tell
of
you
them.
every single session.
All of them are backtracking from misdemeanors past. But
Oh, typical druid.
yeah, he's a typical druid. Exactly. He's gonna be out there like, I can't believe you fucking did that to me. I can't believe you did that.
Well, no, I'll never forget.
I'm gonna ask Grom actually
No, too late.
for. I'm trying to think of how to word it and what to actually ask. I just want to ask about Bryn a bit, just to get some sort of. Because obviously, you would have known Bryn more than
Yep.
anyone other than Undriel. Fuck, what do I actually want to ask though?
We know absolutely nothing about him apart from Undriel's love letters.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
what he was like, or what his special interests were, or
I don't think I need to know the personal information like that though. It's more kind of.
I meant specialist interest in terms of druid stuff. Did he ever speak of things that were weird? I know that you said like when I asked about it before, about his workings or whatever, but he might just not have told me because we as a group were standing there. But now that you're one-to-one, he might, if they grew up together or went to sect school together or whatever.
Got one weird random question that just suddenly pops in my head. Do you have like any sort of like favorite kind of like favorite wild shape? Do you have a certain affinity to any kind of animal?
No, Grom's like, unfortunately, I'm not aware of. I know him and Undriel would have definitely taken to shape whilst in the forest, whilst exploring and understanding what was going on. That was their main area of knowledge. That was where they were deployed for us. But I couldn't say whether he had a favourite shape or not.
It's just whenever we've come across the Death Bloom, it's almost been kind of like our wild shape in the form of an owlbear. Just trying to like ascertain as to whether it really is Bryn or not.
Give me
a lot of things seem to point towards.
Yeah, give me a luck check. Just a straight D20.
That's a 14.
14. He says, oh, I must admit, I do not know myself, but I can ask the question. Let me pose the question and see if I can get an answer back. An owlbear, you say?
Yes.
Let me ask. I didn't work closely with Bryn other than to calm him down. He was quite a passionate druid. When there was a cause to be fought for, but I did not spend time with him out in the forest like Undriel and some of the others did. But let me ask the question, and if we think it's useful, I shall get you the answer.
Okay. Yeah, just when the voices influencing me when I had that mask on, I wonder whether a similar sort of thing happened to Bryn while he was looking and he's been swayed.
Yeah, he was very, I suppose, frantic is the word in the latter stages, but the last few times we had him the last time we had. I mean, he stormed into one of the full. They wouldn't call it a council. They would call it like a druid meeting. The ones where the heads of go and meet up. And was ranting and raving about needing to move about this death bloom problem, this mutation of this plant in the forest, and I should have spoken up more, I suppose, but he was swiftly removed from the meeting for causing a disturbance. He was very worked up about it, but he left, and he was assured that he would fix it, that he would find and fix himself, whatever this problem was. And that was probably one of the last time, if not the last time, I remember him being in Allhearth and submitting any reports. He disappeared not long after that. So I don't know much about other than, yes, that he was very passionate about this and did bring the case a few times to us to investigate further, to try and come up with a plan to do so. But we've seen there are many strange, the fey occurrences that happen within the forest would not surprise you from what you've seen now, but there have been many different occurrences that have come to nothing. They're nothing of this sort, nothing of this power. So, sorry about Heroes Feast for lunch.
Also, one more thing on Bryn. He was towards the end of his notes that we found, that Undriel found. He seemed to be in contact with someone from the Commonwealth. And
he looks up to you and furrows his brow.
And they were the ones that pointed him towards looking at these sites.
Someone
who claimed to be within the Commonwealth. Whether they were or whether they're not, I don't know. But
if it was someone from within the Commonwealth, maybe they are bearing as much guilt as we are. Maybe their reactions to what has happened is explained slightly more, unless, of course, it wasn't. He never mentioned, but
well, it may well have been out of his frustrations.
I have no knowledge of who this may have been, but yes, if he was frustrated and looking for help elsewhere, he was a man that was, I would say, almost possessed at the end. Probably shouldn't use that word. You just haven't worn the helmet and all. But yes, did any descriptions of who this might be? Someone else we could be praying into? Someone we could be probing for within contacts still in the Commonwealth?
I mean, no, we couldn't. There wasn't any sort of indication as to who it was at all. No mention of any description, any name, or anything. Just that there was a contact within the Commonwealth.
Well, we can pass that information on as well. We can see if there is any other contact, anyone else that has been approached, anyone that may have known. A good person to ask would have been Undriel, I suppose. She did not have any inkling to this. The identity.
I asked her the question, but she couldn't give me any.
Okay. I will add it to the list. Any of those
just I guess be careful when digging into this. And I mean, God knows how many different layers there are to this now, and whether you say it's the person that's reacted and felt guilty, or whether it's someone that's, dare I say, infiltrated the Commonwealth.
Yes, this was my fear somewhat. Okay. We will do with it what we can. We will find the answers we can, but I think the best thing we can do now is try and shut this thing down before it gets any crazier.
Yes. totally agree.
As you go to leave, he just puts his hand on your arm, and his hand would be like the full shoulder down to your elbow, and just says, "Von Van, don't put any more helmets on."
I don't plan to, Brom.
And as he does
It
that,
was a silly mistake.
he looks up, and you can see Bo is stop doing what he's doing. He's just watching you guys, and it's Grum looks towards Bo. Bo goes, kind of gives him okay, I suppose. As you leave, and them two carry on the conversation about what's going on.
Okay.
Nice. So, take a pee break. You've told the Druids what's going on. They've got their plans. They're going to start moving. You guys are going to shoot down. Are you going to shoot down to Stoneholm? To close, because you would be able to go close to where you were before, rather than in the trap area. So you could.
Yeah, I think go closer.
I think that would make
but
sense.
not right on the
right
doorstep.
Because you snuck in there before, so you go close enough. Cool. So you come back, go to Stoneholm, and make your way down towards last known locations. Hashtag excitement. Right, we break. Heading into the woods. Your plan.
I'm going to do some chatting first.
Oh, you want to do some chatting first? Yep, sweet. Do some chatting first.
I'm doing my sending. So while Von Baum was having the conversation with Grom,
Yep.
I was upstairs reattuning to Jeff. And I've got two
Ooh.
messages to send, please.
Hello. Let me make sure you mark those spell slots off using two
Well,
spells.
one will be with Sending Stone,
Oh,
but the first one I've marked off already.
okay.
So
Who?
the first one is using the sending spell
Yep.
to Eliana.
Yep.
And I would like to say, Fire Druids heading your way, poorly attempting Deathbloom control. We're getting close to killing it. Any information you've got to help, always welcome. Stay safe.
Cool. Let me just move the note about you having 6 fingers out the way.
Maybe just delete it. I think I've still got a feather beard as well.
Have you still got the phone bit? No, you would have sneezed by now. Let's say you would have. It's been multiple days without sneezing. It's crazy.
There's been evenings.
Yeah, and also I think the Druids
been
would have had way more questions had you still had the feather beard. Cool. Her response will be still holding tight. Druids are no match for me. Don't worry, darling. Haven't seen or heard from anyone, but we'll keep an eye out. And if I see anything, I will let you know.
Yeah, glad we're friends. And then, did she call me a friend on the message?
No.
Darling was alright though.
Maybe she said child.
No, I think we'll keep Darling. Second one is the Wizard Sending Stone, please.
Yes.
I want to say remember me, but I don't have enough words, so. We grow closer to ending Deathbloom. Map work continues. Updates from your side. Further Commonwealth interest in the Institute. Do you know of Vex? Don't furrow your brow. She's just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks.
That was part of the sending.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Shit, the one seeing what sticks.
she saw John's face when she was speaking, and that's what she said to him after.
Is that what? What the fuck? The bloody Arcane Institute?
I don't
she
expect
will
the
say-
teacher from the wizard school to know Vex, but you just never know.
He will reply back and say, "Good work on the map update. Please keep it up. Also good to hear you are close to Deathbloom. Anything we can do to support, please let us know. Commonwealth are employing our services to help protect and lock down the city. We'll take your words as like a good faith that we will not be required to do anything too serious. No knowledge of Vex."
Okay. So basically they're saying, because we're saying we're close to the Deathbloom, they're hoping they don't have to do anything too big in Allhath because we would have killed it. Okay, let's
Yeah,
hope
they're
that I
wizards, so
didn't
the
die.
Commonwealth pay for them and kind of own them. So they're kind of like, hey, wizards, do you want to come and help us protect the city?
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't know to what extent, but yeah, it sounds like the city is going to go into some form of door shut lockdown.
Yeah, I think that's what my mum said when I was talking to her yesterday as well. Okay,
Yeah,
cool, thank you.
people will feel like they're safe if the city goes into siege mode, which is like, cool, lock the doors, pull up the drawbridges, we'll just hold on out until it all blows over. So the wizards will definitely be used because they have skills, and they've been bankrolled by the Commonwealth for a very long time. Sweet. Message is done. Sinister done. Everything else done. Anyone else before you head out? You're going to head out to Tree Stride, right? Yes. I'll tell you yes. Yes. So you make your way south. You can see the Druids are packed up. They are getting ready to leave. Grom and rest of Druid force will not be far behind in following you to the forest, but of course will not be tree striding. They will be making their way back to where you had made Myconic contact and trying to find their way into the Underdark, into finding their way back towards the places you had seen, the areas you had been, checking for any signs of disturbance. Whilst the fire, air, and the water druids all do their individual things. You, Von, cast your spell, mark off your spell slot, and tree stride to a tree not far from where you were sneaking in towards where the giants were, far enough away that you don't think you'd like appearing on their doorstep. But I'm assuming you guys are going to give a wide berth to them, or you drop in to be like, hiya.
Wide berth.
Wide berth. Sweet. So you take and start your travels around past them and down southeasterly into the next hex towards Silverford. This is uncharted territory for you. You know that Undriel came this way as she was making her way from the Druids the first time. As you make your way thicker and deeper into the forest, the forest itself is stronger. It kind of the foliage and the strength and the density of the trees and the ground, kind of like vineage. The broader forest was created by magical means, by like fey magical means. So it's a bit strange how even in as dense as this forest can be with a number of trees here, there still is like a good amount of growth on the ground level. There's a good amount of like small plants, leafy plants that grow on the floor, vine type plants that grow across the floor, the kind of like weeds that will spread as a network across using trees in the ground, where with a forest extent you'd normally expect the ground to be a little bit clearer because there's not a huge amount of light that gets through. But this forest was created by such strong magical means. It is incredibly fertile. It doesn't necessarily need all of that light just to flourish. And you can see you're getting into the thick, deep roots of the forest. Picking your route. How would you like to travel through this hex as you make your way? What is your plan? Slow and steady, fast and noisy? Anyone on lookouts for stuff? What is the plan of action for travel for you all?
So it's a 2-day travel, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to find somewhere to stay because you won't get there for 2 days.
We do have somewhere to stay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You don't have somewhere to stay that's conventional like a house, but if you can create a house.
We do actually have a house as well because Zaga's here.
Wow, fucking blow me over with stone. It's not a house, he's got a little hut. It's a fucking dome, isn't it?
It's a
he's
house.
traded up.
Zaga does not have the ability to make
There
a
we
dome
go.
at this point in time.
So you
Ha!
don't have a home. Oh,
What if I had a way to get us all there in one day?
Is that going to give us time to prepare for what we find?
Well, I have the amulet still, and it has a use now. Just whether that's going to be a waste of it, because I can make us all giant eagles so we can fly over. It's 80-foot flying speed. That could possibly get us where we want to go, if my calculations are correct.
how long does it last for? 24 hours, right?
24 hours, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, better than a wild shape. We get caught out or polymorph an hour.
So we could do a full day of travel in eagle form to get what you need to get. Or we can go slower on foot and camp along the way.
I don't mind. Whatever you want.
I don't mind. I have a temple, and maybe if you're nice to me, I'll let. Wait, no, I will let you all in it. You didn't hear that first bit. I'm correcting myself. I'm not correcting myself. You didn't hear the first bit. It didn't happen.
Yeah, it's just whether we want to save the amulet for if we need to use it. Or
I was going to say, would we have a escape plan if we get there and shit goes down? Is there another way of us getting out? Because you tree strided already, didn't you, today?
Well, if I tell you all to stay where you are, and you actually stay where you are.
Okay.
Still
I'll always
shady
follow
as
what Zaga says, don't worry.
Always shady as hell when someone like Zaga says, "Just stay where you are, it'll be fine." It's like,
so yeah, I mean, the only thing is obviously I won't be able to use the amulet again for another 7 days afterwards.
yeah, this should probably be your.
Last use of it.
I would imagine. Well, yeah. Let's optimistically say your last use of it.
Well, we've got to be quick to save Andriel.
Yeah.
That will get us there quick.
Can
Fuck it.
scorpions fly?
No.
Oh.
You know the answer to that question. Why are you asking it?
If
You
you're
want to be
happy
a scorpion on the back of an
Magical
eagle.
It's not that magical.
if you're happy to use it, Von Vanna, I think we should use it.
Yeah.
But only if you're happy, because it's yours.
I mean, we can. It'd probably be good to just be able to see from the sky as well, where we're trying to get to from a distance. So there's.
I am on horse, by the way. I resummoned him when we got back to Redvant.
Okay. We don't have to be. What's
Just
horse
means
is
everyone.
fine, but
Like 90 foot.
cool. Yeah, I mean,
You can lead the
Don't-
way.
Yeah, it just means everyone.
you don't
gets
have
the
to
ability
transform then. You can
Yeah.
stay on horse if you want.
John doesn't want to be an eagle.
fly. John
Fair.
already is. John's a pigeon.
John will have to
John will be
sit
trying
on.
to keep up.
Yeah. John will not be able to keep up because his defiance speed's probably a lot less,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I'll hold him in my little
As a
claw.
bird. So you're also going to be slow. Cool. Eagles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Giant eagles? Or are they or normal eagles?
Giant eagles.
Giant eagles. Horse gets a little bit. A lot of eagles around. Big eagles eat horses. Nice. You all, with the use of the animal shapes in the amulet gifted to you by the Druids, turn into giant eagles, apart from Zaga and Horse, who remain, and take off into the sky, heading. You would just be heading in a southeasterly bearing. But you don't know what you're looking for anyway, so I suppose, yeah, you're just looking out for stuff. Nice. Up into the air you all go as you head off across the canopy, looking out for signs. What are you looking out for? Because you'll be travelling pretty fast, but you're eagles, so you can see pretty well.
I guess openings in the forest. Because it's all very dense now, isn't it? So
Yeah. Yes.
any kind of significant openings in the forest, and then as we get closer, I guess any kind of buildings.
A winged celestial creature?
A winged celestial? Why would you want to be looking out for that? Cool. As you head up and start heading off in a southeasterly direction. As you are travelling quite fast, passing through, looking for different spaces and different gaps or openings in the ground. Can you all give me perception checks, please?
Is our perception changed because we're eagles?
The eagles do have quite good perception, I think.
I mean,
What,
I
just
rolled a
check it,
6 on
though.
the dice, so I wouldn't worry about it.
But do they?
They have advantage on perception checks.
Advantage.
So what is it
Yeah.
you keep when you wild shape? Isn't it the same as a wild shape though, where you keep some stats but not all?
Yeah, so I'm looking at the wild shape stats for it.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah,
Zaga rolled a 6 with no advantage.
as expected.
That's a 21 no with my advantage.
22.
21, 22. Nice.
I rolled a 2 and a nat 1.
I rolled a nat 1 and a 19, so 29.
Nice. 20. Fucking hell. 21. Okay, let's do this in reverse order. So 20. Was it 2 21s? Otter and Arta?
I got 22.
22. Okay, cool. Zagat, you obviously see nothing. Faywin, with a 1 and a 2, you don't see anything, but you are distracted. In polymorphed form, in wild-shaped form, all your equipment is like on your body, and you are a winged creature, right? So you don't have hands. You feel a power. You feel like a pulsing from like your chest. Almost causes you to like wobble out the air because you go to like pull your wings in and then remember you're a bird and you'll come up. Something on you is gives off like a few big pulses of like magical energy from what feels like it's attacking your chest, and it completely throws you off looking for anything. You're just trying to work out what the hell's going on. Arta and Otter, you see a clearing. You see a rock, a strange like rocky, not like a mountain, like a rock shard. The only way I can describe it is like a really small version of Pride Rock, where there's like a flat rock that's coming out in a few rocky areas where there's trees that have been cleared and there is an open area. From the top down, you can see what looks like a hunt happening of some creatures. I'll say with the 21 and 22, they're fucking high enough as eagles as well as you look down. You see what look like four horses in total. All 4 of the horses look weird. 3 of the horses are facing up and cornering one of the other horses. And then as you're looking with your human brain kind of kicking in, one of the horses has long blonde hair and a weapon, and you realize this is not fully a horse. And the 3 other horses have got like long green necks. So there's 4 creatures. All of them have bodies of horses, but one of them looks to have some kind of hair and is holding as hands, and the other 3 have long green necks. The 3 that are surrounding him have long green necks, and you can see the one that is holding something looks like a humanoid figure as arms. And they're swinging this double-edged kind of like polearm type thing. Von, you pick this up, but second to that, you catch glints moving incredibly fast. So say as you're flying, this is off to your right-hand side, you catch glints moving very quickly through the brush of the bush in like what would be moving at something like 40 or 50 foot, maybe more. These flashes that come through that are like gold, like a reflection of metal that's like pings once, pings twice. There's a creature that is darting off to the left-hand side at incredible speed. Must be a large creature or a big metal object as it's shining back what looks to be like a copper or gold back to your eyes. You see the same, you see this open area, but you see fleeing that area is this creature, and then it's kind of gone. Zagan Horse, you see nothing. And Faywin, you're like, ugh! Actually, exactly what you see is Faywin nearly fall out of the sky as a bird, as a bird goes to like clutch her chest, and it goes, Rah! As it falls, and then gets herself righted again.
Does she drop John?
Momentarily drops John and then catches him again.
I guess I will say to the others in Eagle, because we all speak Eagle now, right?
Yeah.
Could we help?
Eagle.
I don't know what noise eagles.
Zaga doesn't speak Eagle. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so most of the flight here, you've just been bitching about Zaga because he can't understand you. And then
that seems correct.
Seems legit, right? I don't normally like to take control of what you might be doing or thinking, but in this instance, I feel like I kind of got it, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Fabian, you feel a magical pulse from something you are wearing, one of your magical items, but you are an eagle, so you can't work out. The rest of you see this clearing where there is 3 horse-type creatures surrounding and looking like they're going to attack one horse-type creature, and then Von, only you catch these just momentary glimpses of a creature moving at incredible speed away from that area.
How far into the journey are we?
About halfway through.
If we drop out of you, sorry, kids, go on.
No, I was going to probably say the same thing. If we drop out, we can't then get back into it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask.
No. I don't think I can drop myself out and concentrate on the rest of them still. Can I? I think I drop myself out, then that drops the spell.
Yeah, because didn't we work out that if you...
Because obviously last time I didn't do
You
it myself,
didn't do it
like everyone
yourself,
else, didn't I? And just
yeah.
carried on.
You can choose, Can't you... No, check though, because couldn't you choose to just take 1 or 2 people? When we going backwards and forwards on this annoying spell?
Oh, we did drop someone out,
didn't we?
You could
choose to
separately?
drop. You just can't... Because it was like, can you re-put them in again if they lose it? And I was like,
I think you dropped Faywin out, didn't you?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not
Because
sure
it was when we were
you
fighting the elves,
can...
wasn't it?
Because it's a
Yeah, 'cause
mental
I
one.
didn't
but it's
wanna
just
use a
like,
stat block.
Yeah, you're all going to fight as equals. It would be quite funny. If you know you can use your action to transform the affected creature into new forms on subsequent turns. Yes, as long as you're concentrating, it is a very crazy good spell, I think, because you can keep changing. Oh, you can only change into new forms. I don't think you can change them like out and then back in. I think it was like once you're out, you're out. Is kind of what we decided.
Yeah.
So I think
just
you
wondering
could
whether
drop
I could change
yourself.
myself out and then get carried by someone for the rest of the journey.
Yeah, but then if you're just changing yourself out, everyone else.
I could turn everyone else into other forms to fight on the land to make it a bit better for them.
Yeah. Transform lasts for the duration for each target until the target drops to 0 point or dies. Yeah, so I think we said if you lost your wild-shaped form, that was it. You couldn't be then cast in, but as long as you're in a wild-shaped form, you can keep being changed. You retain alignment, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Yep. Cool. I'm happy with that. Up to you. But yeah, you can see, as you kind of circle above, you can see this creature below kind of notice it. I mean, you're a horse with a kobold on the back and 4 giant eagles. But you can see that they are being backed into a corner and swinging as these like long-necked horses kind of like jabbing out towards them.
And it's just one creature in the middle of all of those.
There's 4 horse-like creatures, but 3 of them seem to be ganging up on one of them.
Okay. So we could just like swoop in and grab the bullied one.
Or take it with us.
Well, take him out of immediate danger.
I think you need 2. It's a horse.
Is the
the
half
other
of
3
the
was
day
it half horse, like half?
You're high
hungry
up.
next?
You'd have to get a bit close to find out. Yeah. All you can see from here is what looked like 4 horses. Turns out to be 4 horses, but 3 of them have got long green necks, and one of them has got blonde hair and is wielding a polearm.
When you say it's half day left, is that half day flying at this current speed?
Yes.
So it would be 3/4 of a day if we went on foot?
If you're on foot, you'd have to... Yes. If you're on foot, you'd probably still have to stop.
Our
unless
fly
you go for the
speed's
night.
more than double our walking speed.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're like half your journey.
I've let the dice decide, and my vote is no.
How did you do that? What did you roll?
D20. 1 to 10's a no. 11 to 20's a yes.
Shall we all do that? Because I think it's going to be hard otherwise. I rolled
I'm
a
not going
19.
to. I want to do it.
You
I
want to
rolled
help?
a 19, so that's a yes.
I rolled an 8. It's all on you, Zaga.
Zaga doesn't know what's
Eagle.
happening.
Zaga's oblivious.
Oh, yeah, he
to
got-
the
has a
Foxy
clue.
Eagle.
Flying through the someone has message or something. Please put me out of my misery.
I can
I
tell
can't
him.
cast spell on wild insect form, though.
Oh,
I can telepathically
attack.
speak to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll telepathically say to him, "Hi Zagreus, Faven is an eagle. Looks like there's 3 Von Van told us what it was, so that there's 3 green-necked horse things there fighting a beautiful natural blonde elf. Not elf, horse thing down there. Should we go and help him? But it will mean that we won't have flight anymore for us eagles."
No, I'm not saying drop it over now. I'd only drop myself out if I was to drop anyone out.
Okay.
Wait, you telepathically said this to Zaga.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Zaga's response is, "Fuck no! Let's keep going."
3 to 2.
And that can be used in the next campaign.
So it wasn't important. Nice. So yeah, this as eagles you circle.
I
around.
kind of want to go against my role. I kind of want to go and save
That's
it.
what you want to do.
Uh,
You're circling
I'm
around.
gonna go saving. Because if the majority is the one to go saving, it's
Zaga
fine. I'll just
and Otar
I'll
start
do my-
flying off.
I do want to help.
I mean, I'm not against the fight, honestly, but how was I going to make my decision?
Get to be a scorpion again if you want.
Okay.
Who's that going to be?
Faywin will say in Eagle before people go down that she's felt pulses from her shard. And if that gets even stronger on the floor, then she probably doesn't want to be an eagle either.
What
But-
does that mean then?
We'll see. It's going to be Fey, very Fey related, I would imagine. Because when I felt the pulsing before like this, it was the Fey shard.
Or
Maybe
these
a portal's
creatures are
open or
out of
something.
there.
It would seem like it if they're horse people.
Centaurs, I believe they're called. Anyway, come on then.
Okay.
Guess we swoop down.
The that song plays. I can't remember what the song is. Damn. Okay, ignore.
That was great.
I want
That song
Eagle.
plays. Felt like an eagle.
as we're going down, I want to be squawking at the green ones.
Okay. Yeah, so as you fly down, give me perception or investigation checks. I think they're an advantage anyway, right?
I think also wild shape. You get if their stats are better than yours for perception, you get their stat.
21.
Yeah, because it's weird, right? Because it says keep your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Yeah,
Twen-
you keep
21.
your stats, but if their stats are better, you get their one instead.
Oh, okay.
For an investigation, which Zaga is actually good at, 28.
28, nice.
Got 29 again.
Cool. As you guys are swooping,
Oh, I got an 8.
So was this investigation or perception?
investigation.
Either.
Oh, it'll be 18 for me. Then, if it's
Sorry, I got a 6 if we're keeping our intelligence.
It's up to you if you want to get rid of your own intelligence.
I don't think I was smart enough to realise that he can use the
Yeah,
stat
no,
block of
you
the
are.
wild shape.
You are fully wise but dumb. You see these creatures in a bit more clarity. Doesn't really give you a lot more understanding as you swoop down and see 3 creatures that have the body of a horse and the face of like a cobra, of a snake, as they are hissing and trying to bite out. You can see this centaur is backing up in the corner. You can see it is a female centaur, or female at least from the top half, the humanoid part, with a polearm who is swinging and just swiping just to keep it back where they are. You can see that she has already taken some damage and is injured and is being backed into this corner. All of these rocks that surround here are 15 foot high, so she is fully enclosed as these 3 things are moving forward and making attacks at her. Can you all roll initiative, please? And then work out who's staying as what. I'm going to have to use your minis as they are, and we can pretend they're eagles.
14.
15.
8.
Hang on.
28.
I'd like to think that my eagle is just an eagle with my head.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you'd like to think that, because that's definitely not what happens, because that'd be creepy as hell. 28. What was Otter?
10. I rolled a 3.
10. Cool. So, Zaga, unsurprisingly, with a 28, only 13 above anybody else, is up first. So yeah, this is what you see as you come down, as you kind of swooping in and around. You can decide how you want to enter. We can say that you can stay at your normal, you'd all be whatever your fucking flying speed is, 60 foot up, so you can get down to the ground or get down low enough on your go if you'd like with your movement. But up to you where you place yourself. You guys are essentially shooting down from the sky.
What do I want to do? Zaga was the one that didn't give a shit about this horse fight.
Yeah. The horse is very perturbed.
Hover about 50 foot above the one that's defending itself.
Yep.
And give it bardic inspiration by telling it its hair looks very nice. I can't see any split ends.
Nice. What?
I was half expecting you to attack the one that looks like it's defending itself because it's an easier fight.
I considered it. But that's my go.
Nice. Bardic inspiration given out. Let me just get my dice because I forgot to roll in advance. Up next is the one. Nice. Is the centaur. Sees you guys coming down. You shout out. They will hear you. I'm assuming shouting in common, and answer back in common. How much is the bardic? 1d10.
D12.
D12. Nice. And we'll shout up. We'll shout something in Sylvan that you don't understand first, and then say, "A little more help would be. Thank you, but please." As you're swinging. In an eagle, you keep your languages? I'm assuming you do. Anyone speaks?
Ironically, we can. I think a giant eagle. We can all understand Sylvan. We can't
perfect.
speak it.
She essentially says, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" to that extent, and then says, "A little more help would be nice." As she's backing up, is going to swing at these beasts as they step
Oh,
towards.
wait, it's not Sylvan. It's Oran.
Oh,
Whatever.
I would have understood it though.
you would have understood it. Okay. We'll make 2 attacks. They are not very good attacks. 15 and there. 1 hits. Sorry, I forgot to put this down. 1 hit as she swings her double-edged pike. It has a reach of 10. These squares are massive, by the way, because this map isn't that big. So this is 1 square between. Oh no, let's go with 1 square as well. So they are. She has them at her reach of her double-edged pike as she's spinning around. But these have long necks. You assume they might be able to jump forward as she swings out and hits for. Oh, that's actually bloody good. Big chunk as she just cleaves across the underside of this horse up for its neck and does a sizable chunk of damage to it as it rears back and then hisses back at her. Von, you are up next.
Wait, the green necks are snakes. Sick. Or sick. Fuck. I cocked it up again.
They don't speak. It just hisses.
Can I ask everyone if they want to drop out or not? Or want to change to something else?
Yep.
Scorpion.
Arthur?
I would want to be.
Oh, actually, I can't change him yet. Like, I have to change him next
Yeah,
time.
we're in the air. Can we end it ourselves or not? No, we can't. Okay.
Well, I assume you. No. If you
No,
did,
I
you
don't
wouldn't be able to
think
get
me.
back into it. That would be the problem.
I will. Okay, seeing as With that, I will land. So if I'm dropping myself out,
Yeah.
will that use an action to do?
What's the wording?
It's an action to change.
Yes.
Because I guess So action
Yes.
to change
Otherwise,
forms
it's not
of
an
them.
action to drop concentration if you want, but everyone's coming out.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I'll use my. Can I land up on the rocks behind?
Yep. So yeah, they are 15 foot up.
Yeah. So I will drop myself out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will cast Healing Word at second level on the centaur.
Mm-hmm.
That is 13 health it gets back.
13 health. Perfect. As you cast down Healing Word, she looks up towards you and is like, thank you. And this is just constantly holding back, just keeping the double-edged pike up to try and defend ourselves.
Yeah, that's my call.
Arta.
Oh, I'm concentrating on this as well, by the way. 'Cause
Yes.
it's the
Oh, yeah, of course.
I wanna fly down in between the two on the north side. And then someone's gonna have to tell me what attacks I can do as a
you get
giant chicken.
multi-attack, you get a beak attack and a talons attack.
So I
And
can
they're
do
both-
one beak and one talon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And it's-
Can you put the sheet in?
Yeah, I'll put it in the characters.
Oh, have you already done it? Oh, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't see it now. Okay. Okay. I am going to multi-attack. So it's a +5 to hit, so I'll just roll a d20. So I beak attack first on the one to my south.
Yep.
God, this does no damage. And the DC, that's a 12. That's probably going to miss.
12 misses.
Okay, then I'm going for the talons.
Yep.
That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect. And that is 12 points of slashing damage.
12 points of slashing damage. Nice. Yeah, as you come down, claw the back of this one in the middle here, as the talons go into the hind of this beast. As it turns around, you see this venomous, just pure snake head that can turn all the way around as it gets ready to defend itself. Go to coil.
And what I want to do is I want to, with my wing, I want to go across my neck as though to try and symbolize end the spell.
Oh, nice. Get me out.
Because he's you're not a bird anymore, so you can't
Yeah.
speak eagle anymore.
Or you probably could have instantly replied saying,
Yeah, please get me out. Cool. Up next.
"Do you want to
is-
drop out completely?"
Yeah.
I also don't want to be an eagle.
Okay. So you
I
don't
want it to be.
so there's
I
difference
want it to
between-
not be an eagle when I was on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, but do you want to go to another form, or do you want to drop out?
I want to be
Nah,
out.
I've got spells.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
Don't use them all up.
Yeah. Arthur drops out. Yeah, as you land, poof, and then as this thing hisses at you, you turn from the eagle back in. One of the ones just attacked is going to attack back. Rather than that one, and one of its attacks, and the other one is going to hit as the here it is. As it sinks a bite, that's rubbish though, into the centaur, and does some damage. You see as it whips around in, hits as she goes and you can see the venom that has been left behind from the attack, but she's been healed, so that's pretty good. That was the beast. Otter, you're up. This one moves forward. Sorry. Otter,
So I'm still an eagle at this point.
you're an eagle. Yeah, you've got to come down to the ground.
Can I attack from the air?
Yeah, you can dive down. You got your movement. You can definitely. You could stay an eagle, but you're still going to have to. I don't think they get.
They don't get
Flyby.
flyby, no.
So you can stay up, go down, beak and attack them, and stay in the air, but you're still going to be within attack range.
Okay. In that case, I might as well. Is there a space for me to land in between the centaur and the snake things?
I don't think so. They're giant eagles, right?
They're large beasts.
Large beasts, so you'd be 4 squares. So there is not enough space.
Okay, I'll land like sort of next to the centaur then, so I can attack the one that's closest to it, right?
Yeah, you could perch this one like here.
Yeah. Like that.
You could definitely like perch up on this rock and then just like dive off the edge or lean off the edge to get an attack out. Or you go behind it.
Just look at the sheet. Oh yeah, could I get a flank in?
You get
Yeah,
flanking.
I'll do that then. So I'll multi-attack, so it's a claw and a...
Beak and a claws, yeah.
Brilliant. So with my advantage, I rolled 8 both times.
Oh, nice. They both miss. Yeah.
So there'll be, what was it, +3?
5.
+5.
Plus 5.
Not enough. Not enough.
Okay.
2 attacks.
That was the second one.
One and a
No, that was
mouth.
the first one. It was advantage
Oh.
because it's a flank.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it?
That's right.
And I rolled a 9 and a 17, so 17, so that'll be 23 with the...
23 hits, yeah. Should have 17. You said 17 like it was bad.
Well, you never know with these things.
Yeah, true.
So what's the damage? 2 of these. Brilliant, I rolled a 1 and a 2. So that's going to be 6 slashing altogether.
6 slashing all together. Nice. Faywin.
I would like to land on the south rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A little bit up, a bit next to the bush, please. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't want to be an eagle.
You have to wait till my turn to drop out. You can't just drop out.
I can't drop out myself.
No.
It's really irritating.
Can't believe you've done this to me. Can't believe you turned me into an eagle like that.
Why everyone should have a Pegasus?
No. What, so you can all die from falling from the air again? You want to do anything, or you want to just sit there and wait?
Can't reach it from there.
You
If
can move. It'd be risking opportunity attack, but if it's only your eagle's hit points. If you're gonna back out anyway, it doesn't really matter.
I think I'll fly down to the one closest to me then. That's got really close to her.
Yeah.
And I'll attack that, and then I'm gonna move back even a bit.
Yeah.
Opportunity attack.
Sweet. So you got 2 attacks.
So the first one I'll do the beak. So it's +5 to hit, was it?
Yeah.
I only rolled a 2, so never mind. And then the next one, 15 to hit.
15 doesn't hit. So
Cool.
as you
Then I'll fly back up.
perch over and look, as you're going down, it's going to whip back as you try and fly away with its bite, and hits for a 19, which I'm pretty sure hits an eagle. And we'll do 12 points of piercing and 5 points of necrotic. But if you're going to change next form, you don't necessarily need to worry about it. It bites in, you can feel that this has got a poison, but a strange poison, a necrotic rather than an actual poison, which is strange. As you fly backwards with puncture
Thank you.
wounds from a beast. Up next are 2 other. That was why that one's got 12. Why that one's got 12 damage? Cool. The one that you hit, Arta, is going to turn towards you, and it's going to make 2 attacks.
Remember, as a giant eagle, my AC is awful.
You got dropped out of Vagina. Oh no, you got to wait till the end of them. Oh, yeah,
Not
of
yet.
course.
No.
Cool, I'll just roll both attacks in. So one's going to miss because one is only a 6 and the other one is an 18.
18 hits.
So 18 hits. So it'll be the same. Bite attack goes in. You take 11 points of piercing and 6 points of necrotic. No,
Is this? How does this work as far as health's concerned? Is this temp?
it's just 10. It's all the eagle's health points. So you just need to track your eagle
Okay.
health points, and then once.
So you said 11 plus
6.
so 17.
That's
Okay.
okay, yeah, for the blast.
At this rate, I might not even need to stop being a.
As the second one's going to go forward and try and attack the centaur again. One attack again hits, one attack misses. It's only +3, Jesus. As the centaur takes 8 plus 3. The centaur is definitely bloodied. You can see that she's struggling with these bites that are coming in towards her. That's back round to the top. Zagazun, you are up.
Yeah. Just reading a cantrip quickly.
So it's Zaga, then the centaur, then Von.
Can I get between two of the creatures?
Don't know. There's only 5-foot gap, and you could, but you'd have to get off horse.
Yeah, can horse drop me off?
Horse would.
If he can drop me off behind, who's that at the back there?
Yeah, Arta. He could drop you off here, or he could drop you off a square away, so he's not in opportunity attack range.
Yeah, I don't want him to take an opportunity attack, and I can use my movement.
Cool. Yeah, he can drop you off. Yeah, so horse moves.
Call him Uber rather than horse.
And as he drops me off, I want to make an exasperated sigh at the one that was asking for help.
Yeah.
Like, fine then.
I love that.
And I'll scamper up between two of
Tiny little cobalt.
the things.
Yeah.
And I'll use the green flame blade cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make an attack against one of them. Will be a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
And against the one that I hit, it will be the regular sunblade attack. So 13 points of radiant damage,
Yep.
plus 2d8 fire damage, plus 10 fire damage. And then against the one that Arta's fronting up, that
Yep.
will also be fire damage, and that will be 17 points of fire damage.
17 points of fire damage. Give me a second, because I have put those in. And do that, less that. Perfect. Cool. Nice. Yeah, move in. Great. Green flame blade comes out, and at your height as well, you are going into like you are easy to attack the underbelly of this horse. As you realise, on the floor, you are quite a lot smaller than all of the creatures that you are fighting around here. Although, in comparison to some of the other things you fought, actually quite small.
Bonus action.
Yep.
I'll let out a draconic cry, so anything within 10 foot of me, enemy-wise, there's advantage against until my next turn.
Nice. Cool. Zaga, walks in. Green flame blade cries out as all of the creatures are aware of your presence. And the centaur is up. Next is going to capitalize on that and roll their 2 attacks with advantage. First one is going to be plus 8. Yeah, it's going to be over 20. And the second one is going to be a 15 as well, so that'll be over 20. Nice. 2 hits. Double-edged pike swings out. We got, nice. 10, 24 damage on one. The one you have here. Yeah. She's going to hit the one you hit. 24 for the first damage, and second lot of damage is, oh my god, 28. I'm rolling good damage dice against my own creatures. The sweet irony. This one at the top here, the one that Zaga hit first, is bloodied. It's looking weaker. As you hit with the green flame strike, she follows in from your lead as it is distracted. Bam, bam, with a double hit of the double-edged pike. And Von Van, you are up.
Okay, I am going to drop concentration now that everyone's hinted they want to leave.
Yep.
Full.
Cool.
Otterlock said he's no longer a scorpion.
Ah.
Oh, no, you can get a chance
You
to
didn't
do
get a
it.
chance, basically. You'll come back to your normal forms, back to your regular hit points.
And I am going to go into Starry Form Archer. Fire off the for my bonus action. Fire off that into the one. So we have advantage on all of them, right?
Until Zaga's go, right?
Yeah, until
Yeah.
mine go. I assume it's with 3 of them.
Yeah. But, yeah. These squares, like I said, these squares are huge.
I'll go for the bloodied one. That's
Yep.
27 to hit.
27 hits.
So that's 11 radiant damage.
Radiant, nice.
And then I will just fire off a guiding bolt at that same one as well.
Yep.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yep, hits.
That's 17 radiant damage.
17 radiant damage. This one is looking incredibly weak. Insides are starting to almost spew out. It's on death's door, but still standing. Stay where you are. You've got a pretty sweet little vantage point up there. Arta.
Yep.
Right, I am back. I am in Arta
You are
form.
in Arta
Yes.
form.
Okay. So we get rid of those 10 pigments. Not that matters. We'll sort that out. Okay. Let's just go for a nice simple. Where is it? Where is it? See, before everyone else came down here, I was going to use Thunderwave, but then everyone turned up, and now I can't do that anymore.
Just do it anyway.
Let's just do a destructive wave.
Nice.
Can I have con saving throws from the 3 snake horses?
And you can choose creatures on destructive wave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's not all creatures. That doesn't make any sense. How do you send out a wave that just goes like round fucking one creature? Broken D&D. Con saves, you say? That doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Con saves as well. 19, a 5, and a 14.
Okay, the 19 saves, the other 2 fail.
Okay.
So, what happens now is it is lots of damage. Where'd it go? That is awful. But it's thunder damage. It can't be ones. Excellent. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 thunder damage.
11 thunder damage. Half if they save.
Half of they saved, and 17 radiant damage.
Ooh.
And if they're failed, they're knocked prone.
I did this the wrong way around first. 17 and 11. This one's dead.
So 11 thunder, 17
Yeah.
radiant,
The one
and if
that-
they fail, they're knocked
The
prone.
one that had 2 health points is dead. You destructively wave it poof, into the rock as it crashes. Its spine, its snaky neck, poof, gone. Others are.
That's
This
my
one,
go. I'm
the
not
one
gonna
that's
do anything.
prone
Oh,
is
actually,
looking bloodied. The other one is looking okay, saved. The one in front of you is one that saved, funny enough.
no, I am going to stay where I am to give the opportunity for advantage.
Nice.
It's anyway, isn't it?
Up next is.
Because I don't imagine Zaga using a melee weapon. He'll just
he's
bring
got-
out some bagpipes and do some
just
boring
has-
shit.
You just green flame blade. And he does the other blade
Yeah,
attack.
but I don't imagine him doing it again. Like,
You're not going to use that sword in your hand,
what-
right?
what's the saying?
That sunblade that you've been using exclusively for the last 3 rounds. I'm going to attack you now, Arthur. The one that saved, you hit the destructive wave. He's going to lean back towards you and strike. Yeah, he's not prone, so he's fine. 2 attacks. First one is going to miss. Yeah, first one's a 9. Second one's a 19. 19 hits, I'm assuming.
I was attacking me, you said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
shit, though. For 5, 6 points of damage altogether. Split between piercing and necrotic. I don't think it matters. I know, I rolled 1 and 2 on the dice. Not good for me. Second attack misses you as that one turns to go for you. Otter, you are up. One on the floor in front of you is prone and bloodied. The one to your right is nearly bloodied. It's taking some hits.
Okay, I'll attack the one that's prone.
Yep.
Great weapon master.
Is he such a great weapon master if he chooses to attack prone creatures? Sounds like a pussy to me.
Not really, because I rolled a nat 1, and then a 12 minus 5, which would be 7 plus an 11, so 18.
18 just hits. Why would you do the maths in such a crazy way that made me feel like you were going to miss? Yeah, it's just a 11 minus 4 plus 25. It's like, oh, yeah, so it's plus 25. Cool.
Because we're working out in real time.
I know. Hurt my feelings, though.
I know.
Oh, don't hit me. I'm just a snake horse. Save me.
So that'll be 19 piercing with a plus 10.
Yep.
Is that enough? No. I'll add a force dice onto that one. Which is an extra 5 psychic damage on top of that damage.
Cool. Still bloody.
And I'll make a second attack with it. Just not great weapon master this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a nat 1. I was too excited with the first hit.
Then you hate to see it unless you're me, but you love to see it. Cool. That's a miss. Fabian, you're up.
Did you roll 2 nat 1s then?
The first attack I rolled a nat 1, but it was advantage, so...
Second attack.
Your second has advantage as well.
Does it? I thought it was just the first attack.
Nah.
No, every attack.
Oh, you got
I rolled another nat 1.
Hey!
Three nat ones.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. Fabian, you're up.
I imagine that we know it's my shard that was pulsating in the air.
Yes, as you are now
Well, that'd be
out
it.
of that form, you can feel that your Feywild shard is pulsating. It's pulsating slightly less than it was when you were in the air.
Okay. In Silver, and I know she's just going to be sassy back. I'm like, yeah, I know, but just help. I'm just going to tell her that we're here to help her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first.
Wow, Mrs. State the obvious.
The first is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
I'll hit the one that's standing up, I guess, instead of the prone.
With advantage again, yeah?
No, that was just a straight roll. Let me try again. Guess I get a nat 20. With advantage, that is 26 to hit.
That hits.
So that is 17 of my piercing.
Yep.
And then 4 psychic damage from my dreadful strikes.
Dreadful strikes.
I'm feeling gloomy.
Oh.
Okay.
She's turning
and-
emo.
And then I rolled a nat 1 the second time. so
Yay!
let's try that.
Don't. Cool, he's bloodied now.
Yeah, the second one was only
It's still
13.
Still advantage because of the draconic cry. Oh, okay. It's
Yeah,
13.
no, the
it
second
doesn't.
one was 13.
Nice. As she looks up, firing off. The beast that is up next is the one that is prone. Is going to get up. Is going to turn because it's getting absolutely slammed in its rear end by great weapon master over there, taking cheap shots at my behind, and he's going to go for a double attack against
I
you.
missed it with 3 nat 1s.
Yeah, I know. Still here in the end. One is a 19 and one is an 18.
Okay.
Yes. So you are hit with, first one is 9 points of piercing, 3 points of necrotic. So 12
I use a
damage.
shield to take some of the damage off on that first one as a reaction.
Fuck you. Fuck you. And the second lot of damage is 6 and 3, so only 9 in total. You bastard. Zaga, back on to you.
I'll do the same thing again with the green flame blade, I reckon.
Do you need to be within 5 foot of both of them?
Yeah, if I need to move a little bit.
Yeah, just 1 square forward.
I'll do the main attack against the one that's in front of Arta.
Mm-hmm.
Dice on plus 11 is 26 to hit.
Yeah, 26 hits.
So 13 points of radiant damage
Yep.
plus 14 points of fire.
Yep.
And to the other one, it will be 12 points of fire damage.
Nice. Both of them are looking weak.
And I'll do the Draconic Cry again, because why not? Let's get rid of them on this turn.
Okay. Chat. PN Centaur is up. Centaur's going to step and use the advantage. So they've all got advantage anyway, but use the advantage with it turning and facing Otar to roll 2 shit dice. Nope. First one's going to miss. Second attack is. Oh my god. Cool. I rolled with advantage. I rolled not as bad as Otter, but nearly as bad as Otter. I think I rolled a 1 and 3, a 4 and a 6. So none of them, her attacks hit. Brilliant.
At least that guys can be in jail together.
Oh, hang on. I've got a D12 there. Let me use the Bardic. Otherwise, there's no point me having it. I've got a 4 on the Bardic, which still won't be enough. Brilliant. Nice. Fun.
Okay, well, I'm going to
That would have been
do
enough.
the archer at the weaker looking one of the two. I guess the one in front of Otter.
But they're both looking the same. As you look at them, they're both pretty fucked up. So yeah.
So it's 27 to hit.
Yep. I'm sure you guys just play dice rolls and just make up a number above 20. It's like.
I get a plus
25
10
hit?
to every roll. And that is 16 radiant damage.
16 radiant damage. That one goes down.
Nice. And then I'm going to fire another guiding bolt at the other one.
Yep.
And that is a dirty 20.
That hits.
That's 11 radiant damage.
11 is just enough. As raining hellfire from above, Von Van takes the last 2 killing blows on these beasts as they fall and begin to rot away in a similar-ish way to you saw the serpent creatures before, but not in totality. Just like their heads that start to like ebb and like burn away. You can see underneath there are forms of like mutilated forms of what might have been like a human or like a centaur maybe form, just acidically burnt away in some form. As you kind of land down, fire off 3-4 rounds, 18 seconds, 20 seconds. This centaur's been fighting off, who looks weak, can kind of back up now, keeps the pole arm up, keeps your double-edged pike up, and just says, what screen for I need to open? I need the screen open. Give me a second. And says, thank you. Thanks for swooping in. I don't know where you've come from, but I am grateful, and I'm assuming we are all being friendly here now. And kind of looks to you all as that one threat finishes, as she looks to you now, you have kind of got her also surrounded. Faywin on the left, Von on the right, and the 3 of you down in the middle.
Can I look her up and down and deduce whether she's got anything valuable on her?
In Sylvan, before you start kicking off at this thing, we are friends, and then in common to everybody I tell them to lower their weapons. particularly
had.
focusing
I've got
at
mine
Saga.
I lower my weapon, but I still look her up and down to see if she's got anything valuable.
Mm-hmm. You can give me an investigation check.
That is an 18.
We'll put this on Reddit. My players are pre-looting characters. 18. You look at the... You've never seen a centaur before, so you don't even know where the fuck you're looking at. Where does a horse keep its valuables?
Saddlebags.
Look for saddlebags. You can't really see any saddlebags. You can see that they've got this double-edged swords. You can see there's a bow attached to the back, and there's some arrows with it.
How weird would it be wearing a backpack wrapped around your belly?
On her back, because she has the back. She's like, they have weird spines. Centaurs are the creepiest things ever, right? The spine runs
Like
up
when
and
a
then curls and then
combat
runs
one.
around.
No jewelry on.
Yeah. No.
Are you just becoming a roadman now?
Just coming to fucking
Ow.
play is what he's doing. Jewelry.
You're robbing a e-scooter next.
Oh no. Oh no, horse fell from the sky and died. No, she's just there holding out. As you guys hear, if you do lower your weapons, I'm assuming you are.
Yeah.
She stabs
Yeah, I already
Zaga
have
straight
one.
through the head, poof, and he dies. Oh my god, how did that happen? You load your weapons, crazy. No, that didn't happen. I'd love for that to happen though, that'd be funny. No, she brings down the pike and then kind of spins it and holds it to one side. As the length of it, as she's got the blade near one end, touches the floor. As she says, thank you, and takes like one leg in to go for like a bow. Bows her head and one of her horse legs kind of lifts up. She says, my name is Gemor. I am from the Feywild. I'm not from here, but I suppose this makes sense. And she looks up and sees horse and says, but you are clearly of the Fey. And she looks round, feeling the blinking of your shard Feywind, and looks towards you and says, and some of you clearly have some influence. Maybe you can help. Or we are under attack. There is something that is mutating our portals. Is attacking us. Sending something through. It is changing our people. We are being attacked, but we've lost one of our own. One of us. And she looks out towards the like kind of middle distance over your shoulders, Arthur and Zaga, and says, as we came through, we were set upon. We were attacked by these creatures, and the Fey entity that I was with was bitten, and then I don't know what happened. Something happened, and they took off into the forest. But I need to find this creature, and I'm worried what happens if I do not find them. You can see there's an element of like panic and like garbled thought in what's going on there. They essentially have arrived, been attacked, they're fighting for this, they've lost someone, you guys have turned up. It's been a mental minute and a half.
Was that all in Sylvan?
That would have been in common, because she heard you call down in common.
In that case, Zach will say, good luck finding them then, and turn around and look for horse.
Mm-hmm.
What was the creature or who was the creature that you came through with that you've lost?
It's how do I even describe? It's one of the. It's a creature of importance to the Sealy Court. It's someone that's. We do not want their power running wild in the material plane. Whatever bit them, whatever took them over was. They were in a state. They were in a confused, a madness state, and they shot off into the forest. But I do not know my way. We were sent here just to follow up on our initial hunting party, our party that disappeared and never came back. If we lose them, I will be worried.
A metallic kind of looking.
Yes, like and she like points up. She has what looks like a crown of horns, but is actually just horns. She has antlers, and she's like has antlers like myself, but is more more like a deer in stature, but yes, is of gold and bronze in color.
Do those antlers she's wearing resemble the Deathbloom antlers?
They do in that they're antlers.
Was that a nat 20 investigation check?
No, that wasn't that one.
It was like, those antlers look like antlers. Where have I seen antlers before? It's like,
Well, I mean, are they the same shape antlers? Let's put it that way.
It's going to start a genocide on all deer.
they're antlers. Yeah, I was going to say, a deer walks past and looks at you and gives you a little wink. The Deathbloom antlers don't look like a certain shape of antlers. They look like antlers. The weird thing about the Deathbloom antlers, in some instances where you've seen them, is that they are wooden. These look like deer's antlers. These look more akin to like the Kadir antlers that you found fucking ages ago.
So with that, what you just said there, so the deer antlers look wooden, as if it's some sort of made headdress kind of thing?
No, the Deathbloom antlers.
Yeah, that's what I meant about the Deathbloom one.
Yeah, the Deathbloom antlers.
Being wooden.
Yeah, because they've normally been on creatures that have kind of got like bark skin or have been created and are like wooden entities. Yeah, they take the form of antlers, but they have always they mix between either a weird amorphous form or wood-like texture. Sometimes they might look like antlers, they might look like actual deer, but they always look like, you'd look at them and just be like, they look like antlers.
Like, not natural antlers.
They're not like shaped in like a weird U-horn where you're like, oh, it's just like antlers in general is the vibe.
Right.
So yeah. And these are quite an impressive set of antlers, but they do look just like a deer's set of antlers on this centaur.
I saw the direction it headed.
Yes, and she explains that the creature was called Itagan. She says Itagan was besieged. We came through the portal, and once we landed, these beasts appeared from nowhere, ambushed us, and they sunk their teeth into Itagan. He started to reel and fight back, like a venom of some kind, but more powerful. Itagan is an incredibly powerful creature. Would normally not be affected by such things on the material plane, and started to struggle, cry out, and then scream telepathically, and then shot off and run, leaving me with the creatures you see here. And as you can see, the rest of these creatures now, where the snakes' heads have gone, they look to have formed over the mutilated top half form of potentially centaurs. You don't think that Jamor's seen this yet, but as you are like, there's a few around, you can see these bodies, the flesh is starting to move away, almost like these were grown, these snake heads were grown over the bodies of the centaur that was there before, hence giving it the form that it had.
It's a Faven looks around at the group.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all know what probably bit or is now influencing this creature. And then I look back at the centaur.
Mm-hmm.
In the Feywild, have you heard of the Deathbloom? And I don't mean just the standard everyday Deathbloom, I mean the one that is really taking over the border forest this side of the plane.
She kind of looks back at you blankly. She's like, no, we don't. We tend to not travel into the material plane. There are some fey creatures that enjoy the backwards and forwards, but the pathways and the gateways, the fairies have been reporting issues that there are creatures, there are fey creatures coming back and bemoaning what is happening on the material plane. That there is something. Maybe it is this Deathbloom. We sent a scout party from the Sealy Court to investigate, and on their non-report, Itagan and myself were sent just to check what was going on, and we came through the portal not a mere matter of seconds before we were set upon by these abominations. And she looks down, she's like, you see her eyes widen as she sees the remains that are left there.
Will be best help you find Sargon. I saw them head in that direction. You can track.
What
and
about
try and
Andriel?
find-
If this.
Well, if this is affecting the Fae as well, then we need to avoid powerful Fae creatures getting affected by this, don't we?
Bye,
To save-
horse.
Why do we have to? We don't live there.
If you know this creature, I can go on my own to hunt down and find what's happened to our target. But it sounds like you know what is going on. Like I say, the Sealy Court will, I'm sure, reward you handsomely for freeing or bringing back a Targan alive, freeing him from whatever curse he has. If you have any information you can give me, I need to find him, or just point me in the direction as she looks up and looks around.
Handsomely, you said? How handsomely?
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, have you been to the Feywild? Are you aware of what could be granted from the Fey? She kind of looks at you all, then looks towards you, Feywin, and maybe a little bit longer.
They haven't been.
Well, I mean, we can discuss. I am not obviously at liberty to give out rewards or whatever it is you require here, but a favour from the Sealy Court is nothing to be snuffed at.
Oh.
I think we're getting away from the point here.
We need to track. Targan is quite the sprinter, shall we say? And she looks around to you and goes, "Do you have ways of keeping up?" You're on 2 feet, unfortunately.
Not anymore.
Well, temporarily, yes.
Or do you know where
I can.
they might be heading?
I mean, what direction did they go off from where we are?
Where you were, you saw the glimpses running off to the east. Could have been east-south, easterly kind of direction, but you're not sure. It wasn't like a direct earmark for the direction you were traveling. It was kind of like coming across. So if you imagine you're traveling straight, this part was here. You're going to your goal in a straight line. It was kind of coming across you. So it's kind of going in the right direction, but kind of going off to an angle. But this thing, you just saw, all you saw was glimpses of kind of like gold or bronze or like shine back at you from between foliage of trees.
Okay. How well can you track them? We can follow. I will cast Conjure Animals.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have horses.
Nice.
On the way, we will also need as much information as you can give us, because it will help us when we do find your companion, in case it has been taken over or,
Yes.
controlled by this death bloom that we know of on this side of the plane.
Well,
Material plane.
yes, I would request the same from you. It sounds like you know more about what might have taken over.
Far too much, sadly.
Okay. These they come from the Beastlands, don't they? Conjured animals. One of Horse's long lost cousins appears in horse form. These Beastland Fae or these summoned horses appear, steeds for you all to ride. All assume, apart from Zyga, who can go up into the air with the best perception tracking score that you'd need to fly off after this thing. Are you all mounted
I'm
up?
sure we can improve Zaga's perception if we tell him he's looking for something shiny.
You're looking for something that looks like it's made of gold. What? Nice. You'll mount up, heading off.
Yeah.
Is there? Can she show me where the portal was that they came through? For this,
Yes,
this one?
you can see beneath the rock that was there, as she kind of gestures towards it the first time. You, again, a bit like the gateway into the lair you saw before, where it was like visible from one side of the trees, but not visible from the other side of the trees. On the underside of this rock, you can see where from where you're standing, you can't see, but as you move around, you can see the rock kind of shimmers and shakes. And deep unset underneath the rock here is you assume, another portal gate. It's like you'd have to not quite crawl under to get there. The rock, as it's like 15 foot up, but it runs out a bit like Pride Rock, right? So there's a gap underneath. So you probably, the centaurs would have to definitely hunch down to come in and come out. But as they come in and come through, it's like you appear from underneath the rock and walk out.
As we're going, can she tell? I'm not asking her just to tell me the whole story because obviously she's frantic, but can she tell us a bit more about what has been happening with the blocks of the Feywild portals? And if there's been any change in the general vibe / weather / overall sense of impending doom within the Feywild and the sort of timelines of when that occurred. And I'll say to her, I'm trying to work out the relation between that and what we know of the Death Bloom.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount that she'll be able to give. From their side, all they were getting were reports to the courts, the Seelie and Unseelie courts, that the material, something was amiss in the material planes, and the creatures that go through, you kind of get from her tone, the creatures that travel backwards and forwards between the plane are not, maybe they're not favored in the best way. You don't really understand why they would or wouldn't be, but it sounds like it's a bit like they're a bit like a nuisance, is the way she kind of refers to them, that they were complaining, and then they were seeing more creatures come back from the material plane to the Feywild, and then they started to send out parties to find out what was going on. And some of them didn't come back, and they've been trying to find out what's been going on. Nothing has got into the Feywild per se, but there's a lot more creatures coming back to the Fey that maybe haven't been there for a while, that have been living in the material plane. So they really don't know. Also, for time, it doesn't work like that. Feywild, you could go in. No, you don't know about the Feywild. But when she asked about time, she's like,
"Well, we know that if we travel there, like the time is different to when we travel normally. Like,
so
it's
when
quicker.
you're like, how long? She could have been, if she says like a day, or she says a second, or she says a year, you don't know how that correlates. And she kind of says, it doesn't really work like that. So it's almost impossible to corroborate backwards the time, because it's not always the same. It doesn't just, it's not like, oh, the Feywild is always 1 day equals 10 days.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's that, sometimes it's the reverse, sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter. It's like very wavy. So there is no way of corroborating time. But yeah, all they know is that the travellers backwards and forwards became enough of a problem to the court, so the court sent people out. Now they've sent out, and now this has happened, and now she's kind of panicking as they shoot out. As you set off on horseback, you've been eagles, you've been horses, following Gemor as she dances and darts through the forest. You on horses controlling and riding, you can see how even those of you with like very good animal handling, who have ridden horses a lot before and have good control, you still have to like, you have the sight, you have to give the command, the horse then makes the move, where you can see that Jamor, as the horse herself, is uber nimble, is like dancing through and prancing through and jumping through and making turns, almost where you'd probably try and keep up with her and then just give up and make your own path, because you could not make the call, make the horse make the change in a time that she can do the same thing. And you can just see the pure agility that she has as she's dancing through, and you're following through and trying to keep the trail of this creature. Just looking at her other abilities. Sweet. So as she is going on, we're doing character details out. She's then explaining to you what to find. She makes a few things clear to you, and we can reiterate these. We'll probably come back to this next week. But when she is very clear with you that you should not try and kill this creature, that we should try and cure the creature. And do you have any ways or know any ways of removing this like madness, this confusion, this death bloom thing you've seen before? So she kind of poses that to you guys as a question, that whatever venom has taken control, we should not be looking to kill this creature. That would not be good to try and kill a creature of this much power. She's not sure what would happen if a creature from the Fae of this much power dies in the material plane. It's like a very like, ooh, we don't want to know. We don't know what's going on. We probably don't ask those questions. So she asks you not to kill them, but to try and help cure them. And then we'll give you a rundown of some of their abilities. This is a very large a creature, fey creature, will look to you like an animal, but is incredibly intelligent. Is like a sentient fey being, is a not like a commander, but is a fairly high-ranking Sealy Court member. So is an important fey creature or person, if we want to use that term. They have many. They have, whilst they look like a creature, they do have some obviously magical abilities. Their antlers give off radiant energy, and they will look to defend themselves with radiant energy. They also have a way of installing frightening auras, so fear. But you guys have had the Hero's Feast, so you might be okay on that one. Essentially, it's a creature that is very magically strong, magically resistant in some ways, will have powers to defend off some spells because it's from the Feywild. It's strong and dexterous, so trying to knock it down or knock it over is pretty much a no-go. And then, she says to watch out for its aura and its antlers. The antlers give off radiant energy and give off a shine and a gleam that has been known to temporarily blind people. And then she's like, other than that, good luck. But she will help. So she wants to try and weaken and capture or fully cure from the beginning. She doesn't know what other state it's in. From what you've seen from other kind of curses of the like that brought in, without removing the poison, without removing the confusion, without removing what it is, you're not going to be able to just talk this thing around. It's likely going to be, you assume, similar to the giant, where you're going to have to either knock it out of its state, so either non-lethal damage, or you're going to have to find a way of using spells to try and break down whatever it is that's got it cursed. But you can think about some stuff for that on the way there. So you shoot off and travel through the forest. As you are making your way, ranger-wise, Vaughn and Faywin, I think Faywin, you can't get lost in the forest, right? So you know that as you are traveling and moving, you are moving in an easterly direction, and you're starting to tilt round to a southeasterly direction. You feel like you are passing round, almost like you're slightly circumnavigating but spiraling in towards Silverfoot. So you're going past where you would have been on a direct line, but you are making your way round and turning as it seems to be. And it seems like in some points, the creature is turning more in and then fighting its way out, and then turning its way more in and fighting its way out. So you feel like it would have been going straight, but every so often it gets pulled up, and then gets pulled up. Whether it's fighting its way there or whatever it is, but it seems slightly erratic in its pathing. As you're rattling through the woods, coming round, fighting through the dense trees, the trees start to lighten up a little, making your paths quicker, as you hear a roar that goes out. You hear the roar of what sounds like a creature screaming. It is as if a moose, imagine like a deep, moosey, throaty roar out into the trees. Almost feels like the trees rumble. You hear that once, twice, gets louder, a little bit louder. The third time you hear it, you all hear within your head, "No, leave me. I will not be your puppet." And then you hear a roar out loud again. The words you hear are in your mind as a telepathic signal, as you feel you are about 120 foot from wherever this creature is currently stood. And we will end there.
If only we were eagles and we could get there super quick.
I know. I did wonder, because I thought you might actually make the fight with eagles. But yes, you are honing on this creature's presence. You've had this message play in your mind, and you can hear this deep, throaty, moose-like roar as this creature is fighting with itself, or fighting within itself. And we will leave that there and pick up what the fuck is that next time. GG, guys. Ta-ta. Farewell.